What's up, guys? Welcome in for a special Wednesday edition of Live Line powered by SportsbookReview.com. The NBA All-Star break is this weekend. We will not be on Friday or Sunday, so we decided to come on tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. Full slate in the NBA tonight, which is great. Obviously, you guys know my name is Jay, joined by Ant and Spread, possibly Tyler in a little bit. And that's it, man. So what's going on, boys?
Not much. Just excited to attack this card. I think this is one of the hardest nights in the NBA because the All-Star break's coming up, which means it's a great night for live betting. So rather than get these bets in and kind of wonder what kind of teams we're going to get, we get a chance to watch them. And then we'll be able to jump in and hopefully find some good spots like we were able to do on Monday night.
Nice. What's going on, Ant? Under the weather today, I see.
I'm dying, dude. I'm fucking dying. This is what I do for you people. I come on the show on a normal day off while I'm on my deathbed. Try and see if I can give somebody some winners. Right now,
well, the good news is you could sleep it off on Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, but I also gotta. Anywho's, I'm looking at a Creighton Seton Hall game, and I'm watching the Kansas West Virginia game, seeing if there's a spot I can hop on at some point. I think I missed a spot to jump on Seton Hall when they're down by about 8. They've come back now a little bit and closed the gap on Creighton here. So you still got to lay a number with Seton Hall at this particular point.
Your Creighton team blows, bro. All
right. Excuse me. They pimp slapped the shit out of your fucking Johnnies the other day. Number 23 in the country. Suck a dick, Jay.
I bet one college basketball game today. I bet Bradley -6. A couple people that I respect are on it, so I tailed it.
Bradley?
Yeah, -6. And I'm going to look to try and get on the SMU money line. Fuck UConn. and then I'm gonna do what we do in the NBA.
They're down by 1, and you can get them at a nice discounted price of -280 on the money line.
We had a great night in the NBA the other night. We actually had a decent night in college basketball the other night too. Went like 4-0, I think, in college basketball on Monday night. And we went 11-5, I think, in the NBA. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We started out with like 3 losers in a row, and then we just hit a stride. And it was
four losers in a row. But then we went on a good run.
So, by the way, if anybody was telling any of my political bets, we did not have to wait a week and email our bookies on this one to force them to read the wording of their own bet that we placed. You know, popular votes, people. Excuse me. He won the Iowa popular vote. Anywho, we didn't have to go through all that nonsense because New Hampshire knows how to count votes. So cash that Bernie Sanders New Hampshire primary prop that I was preaching up for the last month.
Nice, man.
Yeah, the Nevada and South Carolina though, those numbers are past us. He's a way too big of a favorite in Nevada to lay, and I don't like betting him in South Carolina as the betting favorite. Joe Biden's actually moved into the underdog role. Last month, Joe Biden was -500 to win South Carolina, and now Joe Biden is plus money. So I'm going to stay off these next 2 primaries here and just take my nice 2-0 in my back pocket on these, and reevaluate a little bit later on in the election season.
All right, so NBA spread. We got 2 games. We got a couple nationally televised games tonight on ESPN. Bucks and the Pacers, and then later on we'll be on for the Nuggets and the Lakers, which I think starts around 9:30. I want to say. But 2 games live right now. The Hawks are up 8-6 right now on the Cavs. I don't have a live line. The game is like temporarily off the board. But did you have any pregame read in that game?
No, you know what's funny is most of my numbers, I'm just finishing them up right now, are pretty close to the lines, except for this Milwaukee game. I think that they should be favored by 4, and they're getting points. So it's 5 points off. Everything else I got is coming up within a half point to a point. You know, the Knicks are -2.5. I have them at -2. Raptors -4.5. I have them at -5. Timberwolves I got at 6. You know, so it's real close. So the only game that really stands out to me pregame is the Bucks. I just can't believe that we're not having to lay points. Even though they're on the road and without Giannis, they're just a fairly good team without him. So maybe because I'm not adjusting for Giannis and they are, that's how come we're getting that discrepancy. But everything else we'll probably look to go for live.
Okay, the second game, Magic are up 22-13 right now against Detroit Live. Live line -9.5 for the Magic. Total 209.5. Did you bet anything there?
No, I didn't jump in. I didn't get involved in that game. So probably these are of these 4 teams that you just mentioned, only the Magic even have playoff hopes. So going into the All-Star break, these definitely ones we want to watch live and just kind of see if the teams are bringing it or not.
All right, games that haven't started, the Bucks and the Pacers will tip about 7:40. An interesting line. I know that we were just talking about it. Giannis isn't in the game tonight, but Milwaukee wins almost every game that he's not in anyway, and they are a 1.5 underdog tonight, and the total is 222.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
For some reason, my live betting site's frozen up on this Creighton game. Are you able to find second half lines for me here? Because Creighton and Seton Hall are at the half. It is 41
I don't get
39
second.
Creighton.
They're like all the books that I deal with, Ant, have totally gone away basically from second half lines. Like they give you the whatever the live line is at the half.
What about the bet online with the SBR?
Oh, that I may be able to find.
Oh, wait,
Yes,
I got one here. It's Seton Hall -5.5 on the second half. The total 79. The team total for Seton Hall is 42.5 and 36.5 for Creighton. Ah, man, I want to bet Creighton so bad, but everyone knows I'm a Creighton homer, so I feel like if I say, "Ooh, let's bet Creighton," it's my homer is coming out instead of like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
I want to bet Creighton, but I'm scared. I want to bet Creighton because I'm a homer and not because I'm being objective. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, while you decide that, I'm going to talk to Fred about the Bucks game.
Okay.
So the line is Milwaukee +1.5. The money line is +102, and the total is 222. Why is this team an underdog tonight, Fred?
Yeah, it has to just be that they're adjusting those points solely for Giannis, and that's probably the discrepancy. And I'm not really adjusting that much for him being out.
You think the line's an overreaction?
Yeah, I do. So that's the only one I want to look at pregame, and I think the rest of them will be pretty prime for live spots here.
Jay, is FanDuel letting you log in? Yeah, I'm logged in right now. T. Welcome in everybody quickly. RK, Deerslayer, Colts fan, Nilo, Toto, Respond, Rye Cape, Ronnie Lofton, Viral Video, everybody that is normally with us. Kevin Taylor, what's up, guys? So you think that's a live betting spot?
I think the Miami game is the only one we should jump in pregame. I'm pretty comfortable just grabbing that because I think they're going to win. Every other one is coming pretty close. I've only been off to a half point to a point on every other line. So,
all right. So, we'll just run down the line at least to give what your thoughts are. The Raptors -4. Are they still on that win streak?
Yeah, they still haven't lost yet. Remember, Brooklyn was the victim of one of their losses, and that was the most recent loss on Sunday. How much that factors in? I'm not really sure. I do like the Raptors here, but
what is
I think
this,
we can
16?
do better than this -4. This will be 16 if they win tonight. They've won 15 in a row.
Wow, that's incredible. Jesus.
Yeah.
They can't do anything wrong. -4 on the road. They're -195 on the money line. The comeback is +160. The total's 224. So what are your general thoughts on the game? Total, everything. Props.
Yeah, so I like the Raptors. I think that we can get in though at a better spot than -4. Just by watching that game, there should be some ebbs and flows. They should be real familiar after playing each other on Sunday. And the totals tonight, I definitely think those are all live spots because how many of these teams are just looking ahead to the All-Star break? And I think that's kind of hard to handicap. So that's where being able to live bet has the advantage. So right now I'm looking to jump in on the Raptors live at some point, and the total, I don't really have like a lean of which way I'm like angling for, but we'll just keep an eye out to see if either one of these teams is looking ahead to the All-Star break. In this case, I think it'd be Brooklyn. They'd be more likely to.
Yeah. Next game, Washington Wizards +3 against the New York Knicks, -150 on the money line. The +130 comeback on Washington. The total is 227. Are the Wizards that bad, bro?
Yeah, they are, and they just can't defend. And the Knicks have been playing well lately. Let me see.
Tyler says Bucks roll.
Yeah, I like the Bucks too. That's the one I like pregame. So I'm glad. I was like, is Tyler, Tyler jump in here so we can talk about this. But that was the only one that really stood out to me as a big mistake. Looking at the Knicks here, they're basically, for me, I had them for the whole season. Their net rating is -7. But the last 5 games, they're close to an even team. And then the last 10, they're only -2. So that shows they have been playing better lately.
Yeah, they're 20 games under 500, but they're 5-10. They're 5-5. Their last 10 games.
Right.
So they have been playing better. And the Wizards too. They're, I think, 15 games somewhere around that under 500, and I think they're 5-5 their last 10 games also. So they are both playing above what their record has been.
Right, but the Wizards have been doing it at home. Over their last 10, they're fairly good at home, and then they're not very good on the road at all. So I only had this number at -2, but a 1-point discrepancy is really not enough to attack pregame. So keep an eye on it. I actually was thinking more of looking at the total in this game, especially if it starts off slow, try and get an over at some point because neither of these teams defend very well.
The Timberwolves are laying 6 on the road at home against Charlotte. Yeah, -260 on the money line. The comeback is +210. The total is 224.5. What do you think? They're both terrible.
Okay, so this one, and in this one, my numbers say the line is about right, but just from watching, I lean towards the Timberwolves, and my idea here is the Hornets are terrible. The Timberwolves do seem to have a surge of energy from that little D'Angelo Russell pickup. Him and Towns are good friends, and they've kind of been excited to prove to everybody that this is what the team needed. And even though they can't defend, Charlotte isn't super sharp offensively, so they might not be able to take advantage of that as much as, like, say, even an average NBA team could. So my numbers have this even. I like the Timberwolves. We'll watch it live and see if we can get a better number than -6.
All right. Memphis is at home -3.5 against Portland, -162 on the money line. The comeback is +136, and the total is 234.5. Man, it seems like Portland has no chance to win a game if Damian Lillard doesn't go berserker mode.
Yeah, that's right. They have probably the worst front court in the league. And we're seeing that here. Also, it's a bad situational spot. So even though, like, numerically I had this game the same, I actually really like Memphis here. Portland played in a tough game against New Orleans last night. They're not very good on the road. And they got out to an early lead, kind of tricked me into thinking that they were going to be able to win the game as I was watching here by myself. And then New Orleans just blew them away in the second half. So, two teams that have been playing better. as the season's gone on. Both of these teams have played better since January 1st, but because of the spot and the angle with Memphis, being able to rest 7-2 in their last 9 games against the Shred, I like Memphis here over the Trailblazers just because of the Trailblazers had a tough game yesterday in Memphis. As a young team, I don't think they'll be looking forward to the All-Star break like some of these other teams might.
The Mavericks -8.5.
I'm grabbing Kansas plus 165 on the money line.
Kansas. Hang on.
Kansas money line plus 165. I've been watching this game while you guys been going on. West Virginia's got about a 4-point lead right now. And I think Kansas is one of the top teams in the country. And they're not going to get blown out here. If Kansas takes about a 4-point lead back, you're going to have a comeback on West Virginia at decent plus as well. So plus 165 is about a 40% probability. I mean, you need to win 40% of the time for that to be profitable anyway. So I think they're going to do that.
The Mavs are -8.5 at home against your Sacramento Kings. The money line's -380. Comeback on Sacramento is plus $3. The total is 226.5. So is Luka out until the All-Star break's done?
No, he should be playing tonight. This should be his first game back. Should see a slight minutes restriction. I don't think he'll get above 30. And I had this lined at 8. And I think that's about right. We watched that Kings game the other night, right? I have it at -8. It's
with Luka in the lineup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, remember the Kings on what was it, Monday night, where they looked like they would cover against the Bucks the whole game, and then they just blew it the last 3 minutes. That's kind of why I want to stay away from this game. Remember, I was saying it was a coin flip with going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they end up not only losing the game, but not even covering the 10-point spread.
Yeah.
So Kings are tough to get a handle on right now.
Luka could do a lot of damage in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think so too.
What about the total? Any thought on the total?
My early look is to the over, but this could be a team in the Kings that's looking ahead to the All-Star break, and in a blowout, you don't want to have an over. So let's wait and see if we're going to at least get a close game here before we jump in.
All right, Phoenix is laying 7 at home against the Warriors. Warriors are plus 225, Suns -280, total 228.5. What do you think?
So another one I haven't lined pretty close to the line. I got Suns -6. Situationally, probably pretty good for Phoenix. Let me see if they've announced a lineup yet, because they have had front court problems. And they haven't had a lineup yet. Let's wait and look, and let's actually wait for a lineup on that one, because I would like Phoenix a lot there, unless they're not starting their whole front court again, which has happened the last couple of games.
Utah -4.5, -190 on the money line. The comeback on the Heat plus 162. The total's 216.5. You said that you like Miami in this spot, huh?
No, I actually numbers say Utah. I mean, numbers say Miami. My numbers definitely say Miami.
But I'm
Utah. Just a little worried. I think Miami's a better team, but we're in Utah, and this is the end of a really long road trip from Miami. So that's why I'm not normally like on a discrepancy like the one I have here. I would play Miami, but just because it's the end of the road trip, I want to wait and for this game to start to see where we're going. But the great part about this is we should have a lot of good live betting opportunities.
And then the last game of the night is the Nuggets and the Lakers. Nuggets +3 home dog, plus 130 on the money line. The Lakers are -150. The total's 220.5. Yeah, Jokic seems to be playing better than he did at the start of the year. He seems engaged, at least.
Yeah, and it was weird how he looked kind of out of shape to start the year, but it's not like he was just screwing around all summer. He played the FIBA World Cup. So it was funny that he looked so out of shape, from the time that ended until the time the season started. But he's definitely played himself back into shape. I'm leaning Nuggets here, but we got plenty of time to decide if we want to even get involved pregame. But this could be a good spot for Denver at home.
Any props tonight that caught your eye?
No props yet. I was hoping. Did Tyler jump in the chat, say whether or not he's going to jump on? Because we had talked a little bit earlier, and he had some better prop looks that I had not gone over yet.
He sent me a message. He said he'll be on.
Okay, so we'll wait till Tyler gets on to go over all the props because he actually had some better looks than me. So I'll let him go ahead and give those out.
So no pregame looks then in the NBA that you bet?
So Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee's pregame. And then
plus 1.5.
We might jump in.
Or you took him on the money line plus 102.
I personally took the 1.5, but it's mathematically smarter to play the money line. I just got burned on that Thunder game the other night against the Celtics, where I took the money line and they instead of the plus 1.5, and they lost by 1. So maybe that's a little hangover for me. I took the plus 1.5.
So you want to make the plus 1.5 official?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, you can't let those. You can't let those rare times. You can't let those times dissuade you from doing what you know is mathematically correct spread.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so we got 3 looks there to start the night off. Bucks game's underway, so there you go. All yeah, right. Man, it's weird to see them an underdog against a team like Indiana.
Yeah, and actually Indiana's a good team, but they've struggled since Oladipo's return. So they haven't been playing that well recently. And like I said, this Bucks team, they may not cover at the same clip with Giannis out, but they win with the same clip with Giannis out. So the fact that I don't have to lay points in this situation made it real attractive.
Yeah, 46-7 this year overall. They're 21-4 on the road. I mean, the Pacers are above 500. I think they're like 8 games over 5 right now. So they're not.
Yeah, I think they're in the 5th seed.
They're not dreadful, but they're certainly not the Bucks.
Right, and honestly, if this was 3 weeks to a month ago before Oladipo came back, the way this Pacers team was playing, I might actually be more inclined to play the Pacers here without Giannis, but they've been struggling with integrating him. And to be fair, they need him if they're going to advance in the playoffs. So they need these growing pains. It's not like I think they're making a mistake as a team, but they are definitely kind of struggling to integrate him in because they had something good going on, and they're adding a real high usage player like that, and they don't want to let things get away from them.
This Kansas West Virginia game's gotten really sloppy.
Yeah, 25-21 West Virginia to about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, it's been like that for the last 3 minutes. It's been like 25-21 for like 3 minutes now. It's just garbage basketball for like the last several minutes. It's just terrible. I'll tell you what, Kansas doesn't look like the number 3 team in the country right now playing like this the last few minutes. But West Virginia doesn't look like anything either the last few minutes. It's just bad basketball.
Yeah, I'm tempted to take the Wizards, man, but it's a New York Knicks game.
Your New York Knicks.
Yeah, apparently, did anybody watch First Take today? Did you watch First Take today? Spread?
Mm-mm.
I haven't watched First Take in a year and a half. So there you go.
I think yesterday they had the guy on that takes care of like the Knicks branding, and then he started talking about like Knicks personnel, and James Dolan had to make a statement saying that he has nothing to do with the Knicks personnel, and our front office is here to take care of the Knicks personnel. They are just such a shit show. It's so bad.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? You can get the Bucks plus 3.5 live right now. Obviously, only 2 minutes into the game, probably a little early to be live betting it, but I'm just saying it's up.
Joe Gomez says Molly Q is the only reason to watch. Molly Q is hot, man. She is hot.
What's a Molly Q?
She's the host, Molly Karam.
For what?
For First Take. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, who she married Jalen Rose, I think.
I'm good for her.
Yeah. Is Oladipo playing today?
A double check. He was in the lineup they tweeted out 46 minutes ago. And I had a game on, but I was still running through the numbers, so I'll double check.
Steve Stout is his name. He was part of 50 Cent management, and he fired him. Yeah. That's the guy I'm talking about. Check our bet online numbers right now. I am going to bet Bradley on our account -6.
Yeah, in general, betting on the big or betting on the Missouri Valley Conference home teams is usually more profitable than betting on the Missouri Valley Conference road teams. I know that was some expert analysis there.
See what we can get on Milwaukee right now live. We can get the Bucks plus 4.5 right now, or plus 150 on the money line. We'll take the Bucks plus 4.5.
Kansas hasn't scored in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Oladipo is playing B-head shit.
Yeah, I see him out there.
All right, so we got a couple bets in to start.
RKE's asking if he should middle his Seton Hall under with an over. He's got a 10-point middle. I do that a lot. It just depends on if do you think you're going to get even lower? Right now I'm looking at 154.5. So you're getting 153.5. That's a better number than me. Oh, look at that. Kansas finally scored. Jesus. I think Kansas just comes out and blows them away. There's no way Kansas keeps playing this shitty for 2 full halves. Or at least I hope Kansas does well.
I'm looking at the props. I want to see what props they have in these games that are coming up. What was your article play today, Fred?
I didn't have an article today. So as far as writing concerns, I'm on the All-Star break already. Yeah, I usually have Wednesday and Thursday off from the articles. I do Friday through Tuesday.
Are you looking at anybody for the props on Saturday night?
I'll probably discuss it with Tyler. I might do some fun betting, but I really think it's hard to kind of like handicap that with like a for sure edge for the 3-pointer and the dunk contest. But
who's in it this year? Who's in the 3-point contest?
I'll double check right now. I know Buddy Hield made it. I wonder if Dame's in it. Let me pull that up right now. Joe Harris is in it. Dame Lillard, Trae Young. That's actually a pretty good contest there.
Yeah.
Joe Harris won last year. Let me see all of them. Davis Bertans, who bombs from deep. Devontae Graham. Joe Harris, Buddy Hield, Zach LaVine, Duncan Robinson from Miami, and Trae Young. I think that's going to be the most fun of the whole weekend.
Who's got to be the favorite there, you think? Trae Young?
Yeah, because they're switching the rules this year, I think. So there's like a 4-point shot at the end or something that's even farther back. I think that would help out Trae, Dame, and Bertans because they have a habit of shooting way behind the line. But who knows how? I think did Trae Young. I see. This is where I'm not even prepared to make a good pick on this. I don't even know if he shot last year, and I wonder how much like experience matters as far as just being used to how the competition works.
Did I make my NASCAR picks yet for this weekend? No. I gotta wait until final practice is over before I can do that. You know who's been playing better, like by the box scores lately? Trevor Ariza. His points average is like 10 whenever they put up a number, but he's gone over that comfortably lately a few times. 9.5 his total is. He's had a couple like 20-point games the last couple, like in the last 10 days.
Yeah, and it just shows you how depleted Portland is at forward. And then obviously being a 3-point shooter that kind of came, did really well in that Houston system. It's kind of the same with Lillard getting to the rim and then dishing too. So a little higher usage and then good opportunities for him. So not surprised that he's doing better in that system.
They go to Whiteside a lot when he's healthy, man.
Yeah.
His total's 15.5.
Yeah, man, and I can see that. He'll be by far the biggest guy out there.
They won't get off that 32.5 for Lillard. They just won't. Indiana's up 8 right now. Wow, they have 7 points with 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, slow start. Greg Wilson was looking at the 3-point prop on Ariza with a short bench for Portland, so that's an interesting look.
M-Fan wants to know any lean on the Mavs game.
No, I definitely want to play that one live. Numbers seem to have it about right. Mind and tape study leans Dallas. And be interested to see if the Kings are going to give a good effort or just kind of get their all-star break started early.
If you're not watching this Creighton Seton Hall game, you're missing one hell of a game. Let's go Blue Jays. But this game's back and forth, bro.
Seton Hall, New Jersey team represent.
I mean, I'm not even saying that as a Creighton homer. I'm just saying this is a really good basketball game.
Yeah, the consensus is that Seton Hall's the best team in the Big East.
There's
If
a
you
lot of
listen
really
to
good
the
teams in the Big East, but
analysts.
they're the highest ranked team. Yeah, I mean they're up there. Nova's really good. Creighton's been a surprise team this year. Creighton's managed to sneak themselves in the top 25. Had a nice little layup at that point. The Big East is really deep.
Dan Kelly said, I'm looking again on the over in the Sacramento-Dallas game if the first quarter is low scoring.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad look. My only concern there, I mean, everything points to an over in that game. It's just a complete Sacramento no-show, and hey, we're going for, our All-Star break started already.
Yeah, I'm not watching the Auburn game, so it would be hard to give you thoughts on the second half. Spread any late looks tonight in the NBA? Yeah, well, he said basically that, watch the games and see if we could grab better numbers live.
Especially because it's hard to bet pregame right before the All-Star break because you're not sure yet before the game who's phoning it in and who's not.
Honestly, I don't know why anybody bets the NBA pregame anytime.
Yeah, there's a couple times last week where I got in and went wire to wire and that number wasn't available. But I'd say you're right. I'd say 80% even on the games that I win, I could have got a better number in game, even if I won.
Yeah, like win or lose the game, whether you win or you lose, you're probably always going to be able to get a better number than the number that is posted pregame.
Yeah, really the only time you don't is say there's a favorite like the Mavericks. They're laying 8.5 tonight. They jump out to an 8-0 lead.
And they never look back, right?
Yeah.
That's the only
so,
time.
And I would have to look that up, but that probably only happens, I'd say, between 10 and 20% of the time where a team can go wire to wire.
What's funny is, Jay, is when you and I started the shows during NBA and college basketball season, neither one of us are big fans of NBA or college basketball. Neither one of us really handicap it pregame that much, but we were able to kill it during the show live betting because they're just so. If you understand how to bet and how to arbitrage, there's just so many live betting opportunities in the game. Whether you're a big handicapper of it pregame or not, it's just if you understand how to live bet and how the algorithms work, it's just a gold mine trying to live bet basketball. This is the best sport to live bet.
So the question is, are the extra points you get live worth the risk of a wire-to-wire miss? But you know what? I would love to know what the stats are on that, on a wire-to-wire miss, because I would think that it doesn't happen all that often. Frankie Knuckles says, can you accommodate for your guests and regular bettors? Everybody doesn't have thousands to hedge out or change in the middle of a game. Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to do that live either. You could just get a better number most of the time live. Like if spread thinks that Miami or Utah is the play and the line is 3.5, he may wait until halfway through the second quarter to take the Jazz at even money rather than lay the 4.5 points. It's not, you don't have to, you can make that your normal bet size. It doesn't matter if you're betting thousands or if you're betting $10.
Same with the arbitraging in game with trying to get plus money on both sides. If your normal bet size is $10-$20, you can just arbitrage with $10-$20. If you have a couple $100 in your bet online or 5 dimes account or whatever it is, free profit $10 getting both sides on plus money. There's nothing in that either.
I think what gets lost in this show, because sometimes we'll bet games before they start. This is a live betting show. There are tons of shows that give you like those pregame looks and make their bets pregame, and we do that too sometimes. But this is a live betting show. Like the goal is to make live bets. on this show. Even though sometimes, we do bet before the game start, obviously.
I really hope this Kansas comes back. They're still at halftime, though.
A lot of games in college basketball tonight right now within 10 points. VCU up 3, West Virginia up 4, Wofford up 5, Niagara's up a deuce, Bucknell's up 1. These money lines aren't crazy,
this
too.
This Creighton game is the tits, man.
I don't even have that line because they're playing Seton Hall.
Oh, yeah, you can't bet any New Jersey basketball teams, can you?
I have seen you guys lose lots of bets and then hedge at halftime, but your viewers can't do that. We don't do that often. We try to get both sides of at plus money, but we don't hedge that much. Oh, speaking of the numbers, I did our unit count up to today's show. We are finally 100 games over our win-loss ratio, but we've bet like 621 bets on the show, so I hope we're up 100 wins than losses. We're up to 152 units. We have had 258 losers, though. Average line plus 129, ROI 24.5%. So 363 and 258. Finally got over that 100 win mark. Not too shabby.
This roast is really good.
That's good, Ant.
I'm enjoying it.
D-Money's still enjoying that Super Bowl win with the hashtag Chiefs Kingdom and Keg Life in the chat.
Is he still
nice?
Yeah, probably. Huh?
John says, my book doesn't let me bet Seton Hall either. Yeah, you must be in New Jersey, John. I hear you.
You can bet Iowa games in Iowa.
Yeah, well, I guess Iowa's not that corrupt.
You're not allowed to bet single person college sports, so like track or whatever. But you can bet the team sports. You can still bet Iowa State, Northern Iowa.
Did you play the other side of the Kansas game? Well, Ant's waiting to get plus money on that side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They're not at plus money yet, right?
No, they're still at halftime.
Oh, okay.
It was a 1-point spread pregame, so West Virginia would need to go down by about 4 or 5, get plus money the other way. You could still get plus money on Kansas now if you want. 1 plus 175.
I have plus 200 right now at FanDuel.
I would grab that. I mean, you don't think Kansas wins this game more than 1 out of 3 times?
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah.
I think they win this game 50% of the time, and you're getting a really good plus number on it. That's just a good bet.
Yeah, I don't think I can argue that. Yeah, Larry. Spread liked the look pregame, so we made it a play.
Yeah, and it's an example of why we should have waited, and sometimes it's good to just analyze these games, but wait to actually place the bets till it starts because could have got quite a discount right now.
You can get over plus 200 on Creighton right now, only down 2. This has been a back and forth game, literally the entire game. I'm just saying that's a really good price on a team that's been going back and forth with Seton Hall for over 30 minutes.
Larry says, I like Toronto live. Yeah, they're down. What are they down right now? 7. You can get the Raps at minus 120.
Let me throw that game on.
Bro, I don't hedge. Like, on general principle, I don't hedge. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, what I'm seeing right now is Toronto's down 4, still minus 1.5. So I see what you're saying, Larry. Hopefully we can get a little plus money on the money line there.
I've lost 2 dimes on this show without hedging off the bet. That's how I roll. I don't hedge.
Jay, I think you muted.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody.
Okay, cool. Yeah, one question about Detroit plus 9.5. I'm staying away from the Pistons. We kind of got burned thinking they were better than they were the other night. I'm a little hesitant. Let's not even touch the Pistons until the after the All-Star break because their offense looks pretty bad.
So now, what do you do for the All-Star break spread? Do you give those guys a week after the break before you dive heavy back into betting the NBA, or do you usually like resume it right off the bat?
No, usually I go right off the bat because it's almost like game 1 all over again. Everybody's rested. Most of the teams are defined as far as who they are. Obviously, we have to be wary of teams switching to tanking right now. But for 20 to 22 teams in the NBA, I pretty much cap them getting full effort because they're all usually coming off rest and then gearing up to make that final run.
Man, I was so close to betting San Diego State last night at the half.
Aren't they undefeated? Are they still undefeated?
Yeah, it was a close half, but they were shooting poorly, and they blew the fucking doors off of New Mexico last night in the second half. And I could have got them at like minus 9.5, and I was going to bet them for like 1,000, and I just let it go. And I think they ended up winning the game by like, I don't know, 24, something like that. I was so close, but I didn't do it. Brad wants to know, do you think the Raptors win and the Bucks Pacers go under 222.5?
Woo! Come on, Kansas. Let's go, Jayhawks. Rock chalk, baby.
Spread, can you hear me?
Yeah. I do. I think the Raptors win, and I think I would lean over towards that game. The Bucks have actually been missing a lot of open shots. I'm surprised that it's that they only scored 20 points in the first quarter, but I think that we'll see more offense for them for the next 3.
Can I get a rock chalk Jayhawk from you guys, please?
No.
Boom, they tied
Why?
it.
What'd they do?
They tied it. They come out in the second half on a 6-0 run and tied it. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Kansas. Come on, get a 4-point lead for Daddy. Get a 4-point lead for Daddy. Come on.
You shouldn't be calling anything daddy on this show.
Shut the fuck up.
It just doesn't sound. Doesn't sound.
Yeah, whatever.
Man, SMU's up 6 at the break. They're minus 440 on the money line.
West Virginia just got a basket back, so we'll need a little bit more. Creighton's on a run. Come on, Blue Jays. Let's go. I had the Blue Jays like 4 or 5 different ways. I just don't give those out as official show plays because, like, I had the Blue Jays like 4 or 5 different ways every game. So
you're so full of shit.
I mean, dude, I can't be giving out like the bets I make on my favorite team as official show picks because they're homer bets. I'm not being objective when I'm like, of course the Blue Jays
4 or 5 different ways.
Well, I had them on the first half.
I hear all the ways.
I got them on the money line, and I got their team total over, and I had them on the first half money line. So 3 ways. 1 way already won, and I got 2 more ways that I need to go.
Michael said, "Fuck your Creighton bet. Let's go West Virginia."
Well, let's go West Virginia, my ass. Come on, man. Well, let's get Creighton or let's get Kansas up, and then I could take West Virginia, and then I won't have to worry about the Kansas West Virginia.
What is the money line right now?
On who?
On the West Virginia game. Can you get plus money on West Virginia yet?
They're up by 4. Of course not.
Oh, they're up. I thought you said they.
It got tied.
Kansas.
They hit a couple shots.
I got you.
I could, if I wanted to do a little small arbitrage, I can grab Seton Hall plus money right now. I'm not. West Virginia's actually just went on a 6-0 run themselves. It's back up to a 6-point game. So if you actually
anytime that you guys partake in a Seton Hall bet or a Rutgers bet, I can't partake in it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat. Looks like Max is on Creighton too. I was really excited this year when I found out that Max is actually high on Creighton going into the year. That kind of made me happy. Ulysses Hayes in the chat said, "What's up, Ant? What's up, Ulysses?" Michael Welsh does say, "Let's go West Virginia." Hey, Michael, let the Jayhawks go on a 12-0 run here, and then I'll hit West Virginia, and then we can root for West Virginia.
Milwaukee is getting fucking rolled right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to root for, Jay. I have Creighton team total over 77.5, so you need to root for Creighton to get to at least that point, and then obviously for Creighton. I have them plus money on them. But gives me a little something to cheer for. Doesn't do you a whole lot of good stuff. But
yeah, Ulysses, I have. I'm working with FanDuel, DraftKings, and the legal Jersey version of Bet365. So they have nothing.
You are not working with that legal Jersey version of Bet365. They limited you after 2 bets.
Yeah, but no, that's not my point, bro. My point is that those are the 3 books that I'm using, and they want no part of New Jersey college teams. None. I don't know why. Like, what do they think? Like, Rutgers just going to start shaving points? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. Ulysses, I don't live in Iowa. I live in Omaha, which is right on the border. So Iowa's like 15 minutes from me. So I do make a lot of sports bets in the Iowa casinos. Well, casino, because the Ameristar Sportsbook is light years above the Horseshoe Sportsbook.
Why did I block you? I don't block anybody. If you're blocked, it's by accident. Does FanDuel pay out quickly? They all basically pay out the same rate. If I go to bed and I withdraw to my PayPal, by the time I wake up in the morning, the money's there on all those legal books.
Are you seeing any spots you like in any of these college basketball games, Jay? Because there's a lot of college basketball on besides
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I
on.
took Bradley -6. They're up 9-5. Georgia Tech, Louisville just started. Valparaiso, Southern Illinois just started. Tulane, Temple just started.
Auburn got out to a huge lead against Bama, and then Bama came all the way back, and now it's a pretty close game, 57-53. The Y total 176. I don't think I want to touch this. Creighton's up 71-66. Come on! Yes!
How much time do you have?
About 5 minutes.
You should cruise over that team total.
Theoretically, yes. I need about I need them to score 7 points in 5.5 minutes. And if it stays a close game, if Creighton has a lead in the last minute and a half, you're going to get that foul in. So Seton Hall just turned it over too, so that's pretty dope.
Man, I love people. I am definitely soft. That's true.
I don't think you're soft. I think you're fluffy.
I mean, I feel like a marshmallow.
Well, marshmallows are fluffy.
It's true. Just grab the Bucks at +800. Man, that 21 points they're down. Jesus Christ. You can get the Raptors right now spread at +126, down 6.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good look. Do we want it? Just wait till halftime, though. We'll let this half play out and see. I mean, I guess there's a chance they can come back right now, but
EAB says that the Bucks aren't winning though. So,
yeah, I mean, you never know. Brandon might hit that +800. I would love to know what the first half money line is right now in that Nets Raptors game. You can get Toronto right now +280 first half money line, down 6 with 8 minutes to go in the half. They could easily be winning this game at halftime.
MHB says Pacers are just having one of those nights. They're hitting every three.
I got to watch a couple minutes of this Toronto game.
Oh, man. You fucking jinxed me, man. Creighton hasn't got baskets since you said, oh, they're going to cruise over this team fully. Oh, there we go. There you got a basket, 72-78. Come on. Yeah, let's go, baby.
Focus on making good bets. That's your job, right? Bro, I need you to tell me what to bet when the show's up 150 units since November. Get a life. They're up 8 now. Nick Nurse has that I don't know what the fuck is going on look on his face.
Yeah.
Dexter wants to know if you guys talked about the Lakers game.
I lean the Nuggets, but definitely we're going to try and do every game in game from here on out.
Yeah, Kansas is just not playing like Kansas right now, man. The West Virginia's D's just got clamped down.
Well, I mean, when the number 3 team in the country is plus 160 on the money line down 4, I guess that kind of tells you something's up.
Well, West Virginia was minus 1.5. So that's why. I want to see what the live total is on this game. 122.5. They are at 73 right now. They're going to get 50 more points. I don't know. This game just
I'll tell you, I'll be rooting for San Diego State to win it all. What a story that would be.
What?
Somebody in the chat asked, "Who do you guys think will win it all this year in college hoops?" Max said, "I need to see the bracket before I can answer that. Otherwise, LSU or Maryland." I'll be rooting for San Diego State. I'd love to see a school like that win it all and run the table.
Oh, what about Creighton?
Fuck that team.
Why you gotta be so mean to me?
I'm not being mean to
You're
you.
hurting my feelings.
Why don't you just let me break your balls? How about that?
I don't know, man. It makes me feel. It makes me feel sad that you're breaking my balls that way. My team, they're my team, man. They're my team. Nah, that's all right. I mean, you're a St. John's fan. You should hate Creighton. They're in the same conference. You should be rooting for Creighton. But what about this Kansas West Virginia game, though? Do you think they're getting 50 points the rest of the way?
I have not watched the second of it.
Oh, okay. The number 3 team playing a top 15 team, and you don't watch the second of it?
Right now, I'm watching Toronto down 4 with 5 minutes left, thinking if I should hit this first half money line at plus 230. That's currently what I'm doing right now.
Viral video says, get ready to hop on Auburn Live. And Zach Shaw with some hot takes says, LSU sucks.
Just came across some guy on Twitter named Stu Feiner. Is this guy for real? Not only is that guy for real, Bush, he's been doing it for like 30 years, and he is hysterical in the most dumb kind of way, but he is hysterical. His spot on the Sports Advisors this year on Barstool was fucking magic. That was the best football pre-show I think I saw all year. It's so dumb but so funny.
Come on, Creighton. I think I am going to hit this Creighton team total. They're up 75-70. 3 minutes left.
I think the Raptors are going to win this game.
Ulysses Hayes says he's on the Marquette money line tonight.
Yeah, Jay, Raptors are back to being favored
on
the full game line.
But viral video is hinting us towards that Auburn game, which I mentioned earlier. Yeah, if we can get Auburn, if Alabama. Well, viral video, are you talking about on the money line? Because it's still like minus $3. Or are you talking about hitting them on the spread? Oh, they're minus $5 now. They just went up 60 to 56. Huh. Let's see. I would like to see Alabama lose. Bama. Okay, 60 to 58 now, this Bama Auburn game. You can grab Auburn minus 4.5 live. That might be an interesting look.
Yeah, the Raptors are down 6 right now, and even money spread.
Yeah, for the game, I'm still seeing them now. They're plus 1.5 for Ebovada.
Yeah, they don't have the spread up right now. They just have the money line, and the total's down to 200.
Oh. Kansas got a Kansas got a basket back. Ooh, Kansas got another basket, so we're back to a 5-point game here.
Yeah, they're plus 245.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get an arbitrage angle in this Kansas-West Virginia game. I think if I was going to do that, Kansas would have already grabbed a lead by now. I think I'm just going to have to just sweat it out and see if I can cash the plus 165.
I mean, they're only down 5 with 12 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, they'd have to go on like a 8, 9, 10-0 run in order to take like a 5-point lead like the next 4 or 5 minutes for me to grab the other end. And I don't really see that happening here. I am going to sweat out this Creighton total, though, because it's 75-72 with under 2 minutes left. I need Seton Hall to start fouling my boys here so we can get some foul shots in there, get this total over. 75-74. Uh-oh, Creighton needs to hit a 3. Come on, Creighton, hit a 3. Minute 21 left in the Creighton game. RKE wants to know about betting women's college basketball.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've never done it. It's not something I'm interested in. It might be exploitable though.
No, it probably is. It's just, do you want to take the time to learn it and watch all that women's basketball? But I'm sure if you really put your mind to it, you could beat it. It's just, would it be worth the work and the amount of women's basketball you'd have to watch?
Jay, look at the StreamYard. Kyle wants to know what kind of beer I'm drinking. I am drinking a coffee vanilla stout from Brickway Brewery in Omaha. Always support your local brewers.
I like poodles.
Boom! Yes.
Ulysses Hayes says that sounds like a Starbucks drink.
It's a stout, so that's a beer. It's like a coffee vanilla flavored stout beer. A stout's kind of like it's not a Guinness, but it's similar to a Guinness. It's a dark beer with a lot of head to it. So, but that Creighton team total hit. That's pretty dope. I should have gave that out as official play.
I have a Pitbull. Oh, you're going to be able to join FanDuel soon, eh?
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. They're getting in that market soon. Kyle Pucklow says his favorite band is from Omaha.
The cops might be coming to my house over at Pitbull, actually. Thinking about betting SMU second half race to 30.
I knew Kyle was about to say that. 311. Oh, God. I never liked them. They were really popular around here, but I never liked them.
Yeah, they were popular around here, too.
Well, it's like half the people that I knew went to high school with them. Or like, you couldn't throw a rock in this city without hitting somebody who went to high school with 311. When I was growing up. And so it's like 311 was all over the place around here. And I never thought they were that fucking good. I mean, they had some decent songs, I guess. Looks like Creighton's going to win this game. Cool. I'm excited about that, guys. Very excited. Pardon my excitement. I need Kansas to make a comeback. That'd be pretty dope.
What are you looking at in the NBA spread?
I'm just watching right now. I'm kind of taking it all in. I'm kind of surprised here. Toronto is not looking good. I'm glad we didn't try and jump earlier because they're plus 220 to win this game right now. Completely flubbed on the Bucks-Pacers game. I'm just going to throw that one out, not even trying to come back on it. The Pistons did coming back, so tonight they're able to score, unlike when we went over with them the other night. Hawks are down 17, only getting plus 11.5. Don't really see any value there. Timberwolves are already up to minus 9.5, so that could be one of those wire-to-wire ones that we talked about. We'll see if the Hornets come back and maybe make a move on the Grizzlies if this number gets better. They're down by 1 right now. And if thing gets a little better, Portland jumped out to a 20-point lead around this time last night and ended up losing by 20. So this might be a spot to look at the Grizzlies, although they might not have the way to stop Dame Lillard like New Orleans did in Jrue Holiday. So definitely want to keep an eye on that game.
Toronto might not crack 40 in the first half. Yeah.
That is a possibility.
Minute 30 left in the first half.
And what's funny? Of all the teams that I thought might mail it in before the All-Star break, I didn't expect Toronto to be one of those teams, coming in, winning 15 in a row, kind of dealing with the disrespect all year. I thought they were going to be a team that we could count on to kind of give their best performance tonight. And so far, that's not been the case.
Yeah, I did, Greg. I didn't bet it. I put the game on for a few minutes and was like,
what is this dog doing? Dog grabbed a hold of a squeak toy and is expecting me to play with it now. Live on air. Go. Grab that again. Jay, are we trying to be tough or are we just trying to make some sports bets? I think Real Talk is confused about the point of the show.
I'm just trying to be profitable, man. Nothing more, nothing less.
Alrighty.
Looks like Butler's going to escape with the win.
Yeah, Kansas is still down 6. So look somewhere else. At what number do we want to buy on Rutgers here?
They're down 14 with 9 minutes
left. You can get them plus 13.5. They're at they're a team that's been known to have some comebacks lately. So that's kind of why I'm looking at that one.
You'd have to ask Max because I haven't been able to bet them all year, so I haven't really watched them all year.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Ramon? How you been? Ramon Scott joining us tonight. That's pretty cool.
That's a funny comment. I have a little more bravado behind my keyboard.
Hi, Ramon. How are you?
Kansas is down 4, Ant.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's the score you're seeing? I'm looking at 46-40 on my stream.
44-40, so you're ahead of me.
All right. And, man, you get Rutgers plus 14.5 now, but I don't know. Ohio State's a lot better than Northwestern was the other day. So I doubt we'll be able to make that kind of a comeback again. Looks like you were right when you and I were talking before the show, and you said "fuck UConn, I'm taking SMU." Looks like that was kind of a good. Looks like that was kind of a good call there.
Yeah, I took them on the money line at like minus 190. Ooh. I didn't make it a play for the show though because it was like heavy juice. So
I tried making a minus 300 a play for the show, and you wouldn't let me make it come as official. It pissed me off.
Because I wouldn't expect somebody to just like lay 300. You know what I mean? I try to only count the plays.
They hit a 3. Kansas hit. Yeah, but it was free money. It wasn't even a bet. It was just picking a $100 bill off the ground.
Yeah, I know.
It was what was it? It was Etienne touchdown prop, right?
We haven't really counted anything that's been over like minus 160.
Okay.
Out of the 620 plays that we've have on the record. Like even those Amanda Nunes plays, like minus 300, we didn't count any of those.
Yeah. Your show record would be a lot higher if you did. Would you do lay like 50 units to win 20? Like you put half your bankroll on her.
We're all right. We're not hurting.
EAB wants to know the hardest sport to cap in our opinion.
Baseball.
The funny thing is that is a different answer for each one of us. Jay just said baseball. To me, I don't find baseball hard to cap at all. I would say MMA because I don't really understand at all how to cap it. I just listen to Jay babble on about however he thinks people's path to victory is in each fight, and I just tell him.
You always say that the smallest edges in the NFL, which I guess that's true.
No, I don't think it's
got the biggest handle.
It's not hard to cap, though. It's just there's no edge, or there's a small edge. You know what I'm saying? Like even you admit there's a small edge. I mean, you go on about how my power rankings are always within 1.5 points of the freaking line.
Yeah, well, for sure.
That kind of shows you that even with your power rankings being very accurate, that kind of shows you how hard, or that shows you how little of an edge it is because you're having to hammer 1.5 point edges. So it's that's why I think NFL for the most part. Well, that's also the reason why teasers are so you do the proper teaser strategy. That's why teasers can be profitable in NFL, because the lines are very accurate. So that's
we're not cocky. We're just confident in what we do. I mean, we've done this now live in front of people for a year and have literally made hundreds of units. My rent gets paid every month doing this. Not cocky, just confident in what I do. As I would expect a really good doctor to be confident in how he treats his patients. No more, no less. Here comes Connecticut. You had to open your fucking mouth, Ant.
What?
They went on a run, and now they're down 7.
Well, you know who went on a run? Creighton. So eat my ass. Creighton wound up winning by 5.
I'm not a doctor. You're right. But I bet on sports for a living. The proof is in the pudding. Congratulations if you have more money than me. I mean, what does that mean? That has nothing to do with handicap in sports. No. No, T. I don't hear anything.
No, my smoke detector's not beeping. It's my damn dog found the squeak in the squeak toy. I gotta mute my mic when I'm not talking, Jay, because it's just squeak, squeak, squeak right now. Ooh, 1-point game in the Jayhawks.
I don't need praise from anybody, man. I also don't need a jerk off in my chat, though.
Yeah, like, why are you still talking to him? You should, practice ignoring them. What about this SMU game right now? Do you want to lay minus 700 on this? Is that a bit of a bargain to you? SMU.
Who?
SMU.
No.
They're minus 6.5 live at the moment. You think UConn's going to waste all their energy coming back, that they wind up gassing out and SMU still wins the game?
I mean, that'd be nice.
Did you bet their money line pregame?
No, not pregame. They were, I think, minus 260 pregame. I got them at 190. Man, you're so close to taking the lead in this game, too.
Yeah, you say that. West Virginia gets a bucket. You bastard.
Well, the score I see is 48-47.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 48-45. Yeah, Kansas just scored. Yeah, it's a good game. Marquette Villanova is coming up. I'm going to be honest. I kind of like Villanova here.
Yeah, the board is shitty. I don't really like that much tonight.
Well, there's a lot of games, but
yeah, I know, but I mean, We went 13-4 on Monday night, but I don't
Kansas
see
just moved into a favorite role, but West Virginia is only even money.
I don't see a ton I like tonight so far. I'll be right back.
Kansas just tied it. Come on, Kansas. I can grab West Virginia plus 115, but that's not enough, is it, spread? Nowhere close to enough.
I don't think so. No.
Oh, I could get them plus 127. Oh, plus 138. Well, actually, give me 10 more cents. I'm taking West Virginia on the other side. Oh, Kansas just took the lead. Should I do it, spread? Should I do it? Let's see. What number can we grab West Virginia at? Still not high enough. Ooh, all the way down. West Virginia must be looking to take a shot here because their money line just plummeted 20 cents without them even scoring. Real talk, Jimmy moved back to Canada and he's going to be doing a show from there. That's what's going on right now is Jimmy's in the process of a move. So, I mean, he'll be back on SBR in a few weeks. I mean, I find that weird. Like, Jimmy's still with SBR, guys. He's just moving from countries. So they got to give him time to make his move.
You didn't see a show today, Ant?
No, I work.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I work from all day until about like 4 in the afternoon. So
yeah,
I only watch the shows on like Tuesdays.
okay. So what else is going on, Ant? Are we going off the rails or what?
Nah. Looks like Kansas is shooting free throws though. I should be able to. Oh, I can get plus 520 on West Virginia right now, so I'm gonna throw a little.
How much is it?
520. So I'm gonna throw a little something on that to hit. And there we go. Bang. And that's how you guarantee yourself profit on a game. Boom, boom. Yeah, Kansas went on a big run there. And West Virginia fell already to like plus 400, plus 500 range. So I didn't even have to put that much on West Virginia to guarantee the profit in.
There you go, Ant.
Yes, sir. Real Talk says Ant is the worst. Well, I'm glad you're watching. We appreciate it. And Jerome Sags would like you to talk more, spread, because that bald Power Ranger is just talking to himself. So I would appreciate it, spread, if you started talking a little more, so that way my bald ass is not just talking to myself.
Well, let's see. I'll go through the games. We got 3 games at halftime. The Bucks. I'm obviously misread that. Don't even want to touch it. Everyone in the chat on the Pacers, live it up because I missed that game. Toronto Raptors at Brooklyn Nets. I think the only play that is viable would be to take Toronto at plus 220. I would not be too excited at getting involved. Obviously not laying the minus 300. Minus 6.5 is no good either. But boy, I didn't expect this from Toronto. So just because I'm kind of shocked that, I mean, would I be surprised if they lost to the Nets? No, but looking like this, real surprising from a team that's actually been solid from an effort perspective. So I'm not really too eager to get involved in this game. And the Wizards and the Knicks, like Jay said before, I mean, it's a Knicks game, right? Closed at -3. It's -4.5 now. They're ahead by 4. I mean, seems about right. Not really too excited to get involved in that game. The Timberwolves are probably an example of one of those games where we talked about where you're not going to ever be able to get a better number live. I see them up by 9 right now against the Hornets. I got it on. I mean, maybe the Hornets will come back and you can grab like a -4 or -3, but this is a Hornets team that's devoid of talent going against a Timberwolves team that was kind of refreshed by that trade. So not really too eager to get involved in that game there. The Grizzlies, remember, was hoping to get a better number live. That didn't really happen either. They're up by 8 right now against a tired Portland team. And I see the Kings are down by 4 to the Mavericks. -9.5 right now on a line that closed at -8.5. Ooh, -10.5 right now. So, that one might be a wire-to-wire gunner too. I think the Kings are hard to cap. So there you go. There's my talking for a little while. Not a lot of ways in the play. I'm not. It's like weird, like you kind of have an idea of how you think the card's going to go. And, things aren't kind of playing out like I see them. Now, fortunately, I've only made one bet, so I'm only going to be down a unit if this turns out this way. But it doesn't make me eager to continue to jump in when it just seems like it's a weird night here in the NBA. So how's that?
I'm trying to mute myself.
Was that enough talking there?
Yeah.
Is that enough talking for you, Ant? I think we need to go off the rails.
I'm back.
Tried to write Giannis's name, I think. Oh, good.
What's up, overtime?
Yeah, no, and you think it's hard for us to find plays tonight. Tomorrow night, there's only 2 NBA games, so it could be a quiet live lines on the NBA front going into the trade deadline. But we'll keep looking and try and find some spots. The couple that we had identified didn't go our way, and then the other couple looked like we just completely misread. So too bad that we never really got a chance to get the Grizzlies any cheaper.
Jay,
or the Timberwolves any cheaper.
Jay, I got the comeback on West Virginia at plus 400.
Plus 400?
Yeah, it was pretty dope. You can still get them like at plus 270 right now. They're down 5. Kansas took the lead.
That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, like the comeback on West Virginia was so big, I didn't even have to put that much on it in order to ensure the same amount of profit on each end.
Did you? Oh yeah, I see it right here. I'm gonna. Did you say anything that you were taking it?
Yeah.
All right. Then there you go. That's how you get both sides.
Just want to say I appreciate everyone in the chat, especially the people who make a special effort to come in and troll us. By the way, that really does help out our metrics. They do pay attention to the average amount of time you are sitting here watching the show. So if you do come in and troll us in the chat for like a solid 30 to 45 minutes, that just makes the bosses at SBR cream their pants because they're looking at those great metrics of viewer retention. So I do appreciate you sitting in the chat talking shit for the last 45 minutes because you're really helping us out and you are ensuring that we stay on the air by giving us those views. So thank you very much.
How did I do last UFC event? I went 7-2. It was a good night, man, but it shouldn't have been a good night because John Jones didn't win that fight. I should have lost it. And if I'm being honest, Derek Lewis, I don't think won that fight either. I think Ilir Latifi won. So it was a good night, but I think with a couple judges that knew how to judge MMA, it probably would not have been that good a night in the spirit of full transparency. So I just wrote the main event breakdown for SBR actually today for this weekend. So the main event's an interesting fight.
Actually, real talk, I'll be honest with you, bubble baths are really fun, especially if you have like a nice cigar and whiskey going. You make a nice hot bubble bath with a cigar and whiskey. It's cannot deny that is a good time.
A fucking bubble bath, bro?
I mean, he's telling me to go on some nice relaxing time.
Do you actually partake in bubble baths?
No, I'm just fucking joking. Like, really?
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say, our relationship might change.
If I did, I wouldn't let you in, you pervert.
No, that I don't get down with fucking guys that take bubble baths, bro. No. I'm half fucking around, and the other half of me is like, am I fucking around?
I know, right? Although I like it when people call me a nerd, though, because that's actually not a diss. That's actually a compliment. Because nerds actually control the sports betting market, believe it or not. So there's that. Huh?
I said that's true. Their algorithms are taking over the industry.
Yeah. So like when someone's on this show, like trying to explain good value on where to go, on what angle and how to go at bets, and they're explaining algorithms.
Instead of going such a fucking mush.
No,
it's a 2-point game in this SMU Connecticut game.
Oh, no, I'm just saying instead of thinking you're insulting them by calling them a nerd, I'm just saying nerds and spreadsheets control the sports betting market. You know, Big Bubba holding his dick, walking into the sports book going, I want $200 on this team, is not moving lines. Okay? Just saying. He don't look soft. You know, he might be hard, but the sportsbook aren't adjusting lines on his action.
Kyle said it's not that they took the bubble bath. You just don't get down with guys who admit and talk about the fact that they took a bubble bath. Yes. That is correct, Kyle. Well done.
Touche.
Jay, the real trucker in the house right now, driving an 18-wheeler somewhere in fucking California, listening to the boys from the Sports Gag. Respect.
Oh, God, Jay, we should have grabbed Rutgers without saying, hey, don't we think we should take them plus 13.5? They're down 6 with a minute left. Son of a whore. We should have grabbed that.
Spread, you think Phoenix beats the Warriors tonight? Darren wants to know.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the Warriors are pretty terrible. So let's see if they got a lineup out yet, though, when we talked earlier.
Troy says, what kind of money management do you guys use? I am disciplined probably to a fault, but once every 4 months I do something fucking dumb because even I fall into the trap sometimes. But yeah, I'm super disciplined, man, because you have to be when like this is how the lights stay on, you know. But every once in a while, even the best handicappers in the world, people that are way better than me, do something fucking dumb twice a year. I've limited the dumb shit probably to about 4 times a year. I'm trying to get to twice a year. But we have like Max is a volume capper that bets a shit ton a night. But it works for him, and will sometimes throw 10 bets in on a day if he feels the need.
Well, it's not feeling the need. It's just if there's.
Well, yeah.
I also bet one game in some days too, so it is what it is. Dude, SMU winning the game. Shut the fuck up.
It's a 2-point game.
It's a 4-point game, you fucking ninny. Get a better internet connection.
Now it's a 4-point game. Spread, are you super disciplined? How many bets do you think you make in a night?
On the show, probably, including my pregame looks, probably 5 to 8 on a normal NBA night.
How much of an edge?
But
like, do you need a substantial edge to place a bet, or like not that substantial?
I usually like 2 to 3 points on my model, or a situational spot that makes me think that, you know, it's just not going to be exactly the way it turned out. Like tonight, you know, and this is one where I'm kind of pissed off. Like I played tonight wrong because Memphis came out to the same numbers, right? But I said, let's wait and we'll try and get it live because I think we'll have an opportunity to. While in Milwaukee, we played it pregame, right? And completely missed it. And it looks like Memphis is going to go wire to wire and never really like give us a chance to exploit that edge. And then we got on the wrong side of Milwaukee. So just trying to be careful and try and figure out the best way to get this thing back. But
wow.
I'm not like too worried. Like if I go to bed tonight and I ended up, you know, losing that unit on the Bucks and I didn't find any other play that I like, I'm not going to be too worried. I'm definitely not going to force it. So, I mean, if that's discipline, then yeah, I guess so. But I do like my model, so I will get a lot. But like I said, because I knew tonight would be so weird, you know, I wasn't too eager to put too many plays out there.
How many times do I withdraw from my Sportsbook at the end of every month to pay my bills for the month? That's what I do one time a month. If it's a good,
put it on the board with Kansas. That game's finalized.
Good job, man.
Yeah, SMU won. It doesn't count for the show, but they got the job done for me.
Yeah, I was going to look at this Marquette Villanova game, but Nova's just come out and waxing Marquette at the moment, and I'm just not really getting a number I want. So
put that shit on the board. It all depends, man. Sometimes I have a month where I finish down 1,200 for the month. Sometimes I have a month where I'm up $7,000 at the end of the month. If I'm down 1,200, I don't take anything out. And if I'm up 7,000, I take the 7,000 out. It all depends on how the month goes. But I think I probably withdrawed maybe, I don't know, 9 or 10 out of the 12 months.
No, you didn't.
What?
You didn't withdraw any money.
Oh, well, hypothetically, if I bet a lot of money on sports.
Which you don't.
Which I don't at all. So if the tax man's listening, why
would a tax man be listening?
This is all for fun.
Yeah. Jesus. Like, why do I gotta keep reminding you that, dude? You're gonna fuck up one of these days.
Fortunately, I don't think the IRS is an hour and 45 minutes into SBR Live Line right now. Looking at us, man.
You are going to be sharing a cell with Wesley.
Wait, sharing a cell with who? Wesley Snipes, you said?
Yeah. B Hedge has a question about a model. They're usually made on spreadsheets, either like a Excel or a Google Sheets, and you just kind of plug in the numbers from whatever statistics you're using for whatever sport. So, like in baseball,
Excel is the best that I use for sure.
Yeah, so you say you're just plugging in, different not model numbers, but you create the algorithms for all the lineups and baseball versus the pitchers and all that stuff and defensive efficiencies, etc. And that creates a win probability for each team, and then you just correlate that to the money line that the game is put on, and then that's how you find value.
Am I taking anybody in golf tomorrow? I'll look at it tonight. I normally don't really until the Masters, but I'll take a look tonight. Best amount to start within your bankroll. Well, I mean, it all depends, man. Like Spread had an awesome job, and he left it to become a professional gambler. So like when I started, when I left being on the other side of the window, when I stopped being a book, I started with a $10,000 bankroll. That was a long time ago, though. That's almost a decade ago now. But that's what I had started with.
Yeah, we definitely missed a boat on the Rutgers, and this is pissing me off. I looked at this Rutgers game 3 different times, wondering, okay, should we take Rutgers live at +11? Should we take them at +13.5? I even brought it up, never pulled the trigger, and yeah, they're going to lose this game by like 3. So,
yeah, you could have got them at that point at what?
They were all the way up to +14.5.
Oh, yeah.
And I almost took it, but then I got distracted by the Kansas game because Kansas was making a comeback or something. I didn't fucking bet it. It's just pissing me off. Normally, you're the one that gets mad, but I think I'm getting fucking irritated here that I feel like I really left money on. Yeah, dude, we left money on the table.
Oh, I like it.
Rutgers.
I like it.
Real talk, that's definitely 100% true. I'm a complete douche.
Oh, and he is a complete asshole.
Oh, I am. I'm like, it's not even like fake. I'm a dick in real life.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I have like 4 friends in real life, and I like it that way. It's like you found 4 people.
I think 4 is probably a stretch. I'm
gonna
say
it's about 4.
I'm gonna say 2.
I got about 4.
You found 4 people to tolerate you on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm a 35-year-old man. So the fact that over the long term, huh?
Is that including me?
No, not including. So okay, so I got 5 friends.
5 friends you found. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's crazy. Like, I'm a hard person to get along with because I generally don't like people.
You are.
The fact that I'm as good as I am at my job, because my job involves a lot of human interaction, is beyond me.
He said, I'm just saying what the people are scared to say. No, they tell us often that they think Ant is an asshole.
Oh, yeah. I hear that I'm an asshole and a douche like 100 times a week.
They tolerate him, though, because, he's worth his weight in gold during the baseball season. But other than that, man,
it's what am I, chopped liver? Like, what did I give out? Like 4 winners. I went 4-0 college basketball live betting the last show, and just gave out Kansas today. What am I, top liver?
You settle the fuck down. Okay?
You settled down, Jason. Yeah.
He said Jason.
Yeah, I will pronounce that second syllable, motherfucker, when I'm mad at you, Jason Palia.
That's what my mother does, Jason. When my mother gets all fucking heated, Jason. Yeah. That's what I get. I'm like, yes, Judy. What can I do for you? Spread. Are the Bucks cooked here or what?
Yeah. Just we missed the boat on that one. I completely missed it. Two teams I thought would, try and go into the All-Star break with a little more intensity and effort, in the Raptors and the Bucks. Neither of them showed up. But, these kind of things happen, and we kind of knew that this would be a week to tread lightly. So be excited for next week. Take a week off, redo everything, and then get back at it. And hopefully these teams will be a little easier to count.
I love Martin Riggs because I'm the only person he doesn't say bad things about. He fucking hates everybody on this show.
I just love it when people troll me because I find it hilarious. Like, remember the time, Jay, when we were like 2 months into the show, and there was like this dude was trolling me hardcore, and he's like, I'm not going to watch anymore. So, and I got off because I was like going to go to bed because I had work or something like that. And
I stayed on for like an extra.
I came back on. No, I saw the chat that the guy who's trolling me said, "Oh, they got Ants gone." So then he started talking in the chat again. So I came back on the show just to get. Oh, that was my favorite. I trolled the troll. It was hilarious. That was a good time. I still laugh about it. Oh, memories. Yeah,
Tito
I
says
people hour and a half just
people think you're a douche because nowadays people can't take honesty. Yeah, that's true. Ant is unapologetically honest. That is
especially
true.
in the sports betting space. Like I noticed, like gambling Twitter and a lot of the group chats I was on that I got involved with, I noticed people weren't really interested in learning how to bet sports and getting an education in it. They just wanted you to suck their dick over every bet they made. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to high five you for, buying a half point on a college football total, spending 10 cents to go from 53.5 to 53, because that's fucking retarded. So excuse the hell out of me for telling you that was a stupid play. I didn't call you retarded when you did it. I just said that was stupid. And all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy when this guy spent 10 cents on a half point on a total. Who's the bad guy?
I keep staring at this Toronto Raptors game.
Yeah.
They're like plus 320 right now on the money line against the Nets. What do you think, Spread? Do you think they have a chance to come back, or you think the streak ends tonight?
I don't know. Right now, it looks like the streak's going to end. They're not playing very well. They're missing open shots, and when they are able to get to the rim, it's just not falling for them. Brooklyn looks to be motivated, and they were the team that I thought would be more likely to mail it in tonight, but it looks like they're going hard, and we haven't seen much of a I'm not saying that Toronto's not trying hard, but they're not playing well, that's for sure.
How much time's left in that Orlando Magic game?
Let me look it up right now. There's a lot of games tonight. Usually I got all the games in front of me with all the live lines. There's so many going on that can't all fit in my stream. Minute 15 seconds left, and the Magic are down by 3 to the Pistons. Glad I didn't get involved in there. This Pistons team has been
tie
bipolar.
Game.
Wow, it's really hard to tell.
I was just gonna say, should we take the Magic down 3 at plus $2? It's one basket, and then they shot the 3. Fucking whore. Unbelievable. Now they're minus 150 to win this game.
Yeah, at home.
Suns Warriors game's about to start. Grizzlies are up 4 right now against Portland. You like the Grizz, right? You thought that was the spot?
Yeah, but we're going to try and get a better number. It was minus 3.5 pregame. It's minus 4.5 now. I think maybe at one point in the first quarter it was like -2.5. But see, that was one that I completely flubbed these. I thought the Bucks would be the ones that would be more likely to go wire to wire, and Memphis would be able to get the better number. The Bucks have played terribly, and we've never get really that better number for Memphis has yet to materialize. So maybe if the Blazers come out here in the second half, we might be able to jump back in, but that one might be a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not already a member of the channel. I forgot to say that.
Yes.
Smash that like button.
Slugger for Life says he quit betting the NBA about 2 weeks ago, right after Tyler did, because it's just so off lately. So,
yeah, it's been a weird couple weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was the whole Kobe thing or if it's just.
No, it's always like that this time of year. It's always like that this time of year, Ant. Okay. Because the trade deadline's kind of weird because they're all seeing their names, in the, I guess, newspapers. That's old, but they're all seeing their name on social media as rumors, and I think I talked about it before, but the beat writer for the Warriors talking about the night that Alec Burks got traded. They were in Brooklyn, and Burks is pretty popular in the locker room. And, they dumped them to get under the salary cap. I think it was Burks and Glenn Robinson III, two popular members of the team. And, from the players' perspective, they don't care about the luxury tax. They don't care about the salary cap. And they went out and they lost by 31 that night, So you got similar instances of that happening all over the league. Now tonight, I have rankings basically based on these teams for the whole year, but how much have some of these teams changed, right? Houston being a prime example. Capella missed a couple games, so we could kind of cap them with no center, but this whole going with no center thing, I really have like 3 or 4 good games of data on that lineup. The teams tonight in this Brooklyn, and that's why I'm actually surprised that, Toronto just hasn't been able to get it done because neither of these teams really had a big deadline trade at all. And both seem to be coming together going in the deadline. So I don't know. It's just tough to track, but the NBA is like this. It's a long season. It's a grind like baseball. Like I'm sure, overall last year, I know you had a winning record, but I'm sure you had some losing weeks,
What, baseball?
But the season's just so long, you're able to grind it out,
Oh yeah. I mean, you'd be feeling like the bee's knees, 1 week because you'd be like, oh, I'm up 20 units this week, but then you drop like 11, 12, 13 the next week. It's just baseball's a highly volatile sport, so you have to have the patience to. If you're daily betting baseball, which is one of the reasons why baseball kills most sports bettors, is because it's a daily sport. Every single day you have 10 to 12 games to bet on. So if you don't have discipline, bankroll management, and pick the right spots, I mean, you just get murdered a month into the season and you're just done. So you got to be able to have enough discipline to withstand that like week-long stretch. That's going to happen several times throughout every baseball year. You're going to have a 1 to maybe even 2 week long stretch where you just can't get out of your own way and you can't pick your own fucking nose. But over the course of the season, the goal is to be out in profit. And over the last 2 seasons, I've been way, way ahead of the game. So you just got to weather those storms because they happen every year, especially during baseball, because 162 game season for each team. That's double the NBA schedule. That's double the hockey schedule. It's so much volume leads to those kinds of stretches.
Milwaukee's only down 14. Would it shock you if they came back to beat the Pacers?
No. Am I confident they will, though? No.
They're +7. They're +700. That's a lot for a team that's 45-7.
Right.
Deerslayer shitting out this Alabama game. Alabama's not going away for some reason. Auburn's way better than Bama. Bama is Bama's down by 8, Deerslayer. You should be good now. I'm wondering if I want to grab Marquette live at plus 11.5. I've been eyeing this thinking, I think Marquette probably loses this game. But, are they going to lose by more than double digits? I don't know. They're a pretty good team. Have you been watching the Marquette Nova game, Jay?
No. Rich finished up 18 units in baseball, but by the end of it, it didn't feel that way. Yeah. Amen. Fucking baseball. I'm dreading that, man. I'm just dreading it.
Why don't you quit dreading it all the time? Because that just creates
I don't even enjoy the sport that much.
That's stupid.
Like,
it's a good sport.
Watching a baseball game.
Oh God, here we go.
It's like getting a root canal.
I don't know, Jay. I like it. So
golf, MMA, NASCAR, Jay, we're good. Yeah, I know, dear Slayer. Thank God for that.
Yeah. World Ranked wants to know about some baseball futures. I just don't see any value in the World Series futures this year. I don't. I just don't have anything that I want to bet. The Dodgers are way too short of a price. The Yankees are way too short of a price. And I think both those teams are head and shoulders above anyone else. It's just very hard to find a lot of value. Even the season win totals this year, I think, are sharper than last season. Last season I had about 9 that I bet. And this year I have 2 that I bet already and only about 3 others that I'm eyeing. But yeah, so even the season win totals this year, I think, are a pretty sharp number.
Viral said we're going to be paying for your Tommy Bahama shirts all summer. Number one, I don't own a Tommy Bahama shirt. Okay. Number 2, Viral, you were there with us last baseball.
Oh, Parlay Poppy's in the chat. What's up, Parlay Poppy?
Fucking to drag.
Oh no, I like the Poppy.
Oh yeah, we got to get Poppy on during baseball season.
He did his segment came on before mine on Jimmy's show last baseball season when I would do Tuesdays. Yeah, I always knew I was on the right side of a bet if he would go on and he gave out the play that I was already on. So I'm like, oh, cool. I think there's probably like 50% of the shows we were on. One of our plays was identical, and that play pretty much was just always in the bet, Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Poppy, you gotta let me know if you're free to come on some days during the baseball season, man. I know you love it. At least there'll be a second person on here that fucking loves baseball. Because now, Ant's flying solo right now.
World Ranked wants to know who I expect to win the NL Central. The answer to that is simple. Not the Pirates. The other 4 teams in the NL Central are the epitome of slightly above average, but still kind of mediocre. And I think all 4 of the teams not named the Pittsburgh Pirates in the NL Central are a good shot to win it because I don't think any of them are all that good. And if you look at their win total projections, it's all between like 83 and 88. So basically, I'd say probably the most value would be on the Reds because you're going to get the best number on the Reds than, say, taking the Cardinals or the Cubs. But, I think the NL Central is a very mediocre division with no really good teams and one really bad team. So Reds, Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, either one of those teams could win it, in my view. if one of them gets hot and gets a decent run, is able to manage 88 to 90 wins, that'll take the division. I wouldn't be shocked if 86 wins that division. I just think the division's just blah.
Do you think the Nats could run it back?
Yes. They still got Corbin. They still got Scherzer. They re-signed Strasburg. They lost Rendon, so that is going to hurt a bit. But they're still a very good team.
Wasn't he their best position player?
Yeah. So that is, like I said, that is going to hurt. But they still got a lot of really good players. I mean, they didn't win the World Series just because Rendon was good. They won the World Series because their lineup, top to bottom, was, one of the top lineups in the National League. They fill a couple holes in that bullpen. They definitely can come right back and win it again. That's going to be another dangerous team this year. So, I could definitely see the but to be perfectly honest, the Dodgers are going to be the best team in the National League. I mean, you're probably, like, a lot of people are probably going to hate this because it's just the Yankees and the Dodgers, but the Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series is it's definitely, I'd say, probably a 40% probability.
Does Garrett Cole put them over the top, you think?
Oh my God, dude, the Yankees are so fucking good this year.
But
they were good last year.
They're so fucking good, and then there's like they're going to win the World Series. Are they going to win? You think they win the World Series?
I think they win the World Series, but the problem is the entire betting market thinks that too, and the odds reflect that. And
so what are they going to be, minus 250 every night?
Oh yeah, you're. It is going to be very few spots this season where the Yankees are going to be below minus 200. There's going to be very few spots where the Yankees are below minus 200.
That's the problem with baseball, though, is like they'll be minus 200 every night, right? And then they'll win 100 games and they'll lose 62, and you'll take them every night and lose money.
Yeah, that's why you got to pick your spots.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I lay
but the randomness, like when do you know how do you know when to pick the right spots to hit the button on a team minus 250 when that might be the game
bet a
they
team
lose,
minus 250.
And then they win the next 5.
No, because you don't bet them at minus 250. The most I'll bet a team, the biggest number I lay straight on a money line is 240.
Tyler said, "Here come the Bucks." Man, what's the score right now? They're down 5. Unbelievable how I didn't just take that plus 680.
Hi, Abby. Daughters in the chat. I don't see it.
Oh, hey, what's up, little kid?
Yeah, but
here
the problem with the Yanks this year, though, is
I'm taking them at plus 220.
Yeah, Jay. Here's the issue, though. Like, why I can't even bet futures right now for like World Series futures. The Yanks and the Dodgers are both right around plus 300 to win the World Series. I mean, how do you bet plus 300 to win the World Series? That's just absurd.
You don't.
Yeah, the Yankees are actually even money to win the pennant, and the Dodgers are just over plus 120 to win the pennant. I mean, that's why it's like, even though it's like, yeah, those are far and away the two best teams in each league, you can't be laying like numbers like that profitably because of the variance. Like the Dodgers were the best team in baseball last year, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs. I mean, the Nationals were not a better team than the Dodgers. The Nationals were just able to have, in a 5-game series, the Nationals were able to match up against the Dodgers with their starting pitching and hide their bullpen inefficiencies in a 5-game series by moving Corbin into the bullpen. And then the only way to throw Scherzer and Strasburg out there.
The only way to even bet futures is you need a local, or else it's not even worth it.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. It's like every year I make sure I open up an extra decent amount of credit with my local in specifically to bet futures. Yeah, if you're not
Because it's
betting
not worth
future,
it
yeah, I
otherwise.
mean, what are you going to do? Go down to the casino and buy a futures ticket and then hold on to that
Yeah.
ticket for 8
What are you going to
months?
spend $5,000 in futures and watch that money just sit there for 6 months? Fuck that.
Yeah, so it's just World Rank says no value playing Yankees or Dodgers game to game. I mostly agree with that. I mean, there'll definitely be a few spots here or there where I'm going to find some value in it. But for the most part, if you're seeing minus 300 lines, I mean, I'm not betting a minus 300 in baseball. I do get over my skis on occasion. I'll lay minus 200, minus 220, and occasionally my max that I ever lay is minus 240. But yeah, once you get up to minus 300, you're definitely not having any value on the favorite there. And you're going to see a lot of minus 300. That's what's going to keep me off of them. Is you're just going to see minus 300s all the time. You can't bet it. Basically, I think you kind of got to wait for them to be like minus 450, minus 500, and then come back the other way on the dog.
Oh, TH checks in. Tyler, my dude, what's good? Did you hop on the Bucks?
Of course I did. I'm about to hop on the Heat. Plus 205.
Hey,
I hopped on him, bro.
Hey, Jay, now you got a full crew in here. I'm going to dip out.
Jesus Christ.
Ant doesn't like me.
No, I'm dying.
The fuck, Ant?
I only came on because Jay said you're going to be late. And I'm like, all right, I'll come on because I'm fucking dying. Do you have any idea how much of this shit I've had to spray down my throat to keep my voice from...
Hey, you got that coronavirus. It's not that deadly.
I probably do. Like every time I do this, because I have to
we laugh and joke, but can you imagine if Ant got the fucking coronavirus?
After being like, that ain't that bad. We'll be fine.
After running his mouth like that?
What about it being a media creation? That they just want to hype it up and everything because it's a story.
Well, the story's coming to Omaha.
Well, they do that every fucking time. Like all the Ebola cases came here too, because the med sitters set up for all that shit. So we always get those like virus people who need to be quarantined shit. They always get sent to Omaha for some reason. There's like 2 other hospitals in the country that always get them too. And like really random cities would think about, like there's a place in Montana that gets a lot of them. Like there's like this quarantine hospital or whatever in Montana. So like a lot of the Ebola patients went there too. And then I think they're all going to like Texas. I don't know. They spread it around.
Our guy Dave Betts said John Jones's favorite drink is Jack Daniels. So how about that?
How about them judges this weekend? They sucked.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Later, man.
All right, later. Those fucking judges, bro, saved my ass.
I was watching that at work.
I made a couple grand. I should have lost a couple grand though, because he lost.
John Jones lost.
Derek Lewis lost. They gave him the win. It was a complete shit show.
They said the one ref wasn't even watching the fights. He was just talking to someone else the whole time.
All right, so let's talk more about the NBA card now that we have Tyler's perspective too. Games that haven't started yet. Just the Lakers and the Nuggets. So we'll start there. What do you think about the Lakers and the Nugs?
I'd lean Lakers right now. I think they could win. Lean more towards the first half, because I think that altitude will come into play depending on how fast LA comes out. If they come out running up and down the floor, trying to play that run and gun offense, I can see them getting tired in the fourth quarter and Denver cutting back into it.
Have they played 3 and 4 or 4 and 5, anything like that?
I'm not sure if they're on a streak like that. I really have to look over today's card. I didn't wake up till like 7 p.m.
What do you think about? Are you on any games that have already started?
I was on the Wizards money line, but that's in the fourth quarter right now.
Yeah, it's a 3-point game. I came so close to betting it with you,
and
but
I
it's
lost
the
under
Knicks game.
Detroit game. I took a under 209. They went to OT, so that lost. I was eyeing up the Hornets too to see if we can get like a plus 13, 14. What do you think about that spread?
The Hornets?
Yeah.
I think we missed the boat. I think we should have grabbed the Timberwolves pregame.
You think so?
I don't know. Doesn't it seem like a team that's just going to mail it in? They're down by 13. All-Star break's coming up. They're not very good to begin with.
Yeah, but there's a lot of young guys on that team that I could see just still chucking up shots and trying to get that score closer.
Yeah, that's true.
Bucks are down 6. Bucks are down 4.
I'm just pissed. All my pregame reads were pretty good, except for Toronto and Milwaukee, and the only one we played was Milwaukee.
Louisville's in a dogfight right now with Georgia Tech. They're still down 5.
Washington's up 4, minus 280 on the money line. What price did you get them at?
Plus 225.
Oh, you took them live.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like Milwaukee's going to come back, and then the Pacers go on a run.
Yep. They put it back up to 10.
Yeah, you know what, though? Fuck it. It was worth taking the shot. I mean, they're 45-7.
Yeah.
You know, if you can get them at plus 2 and change or plus whatever, it's just a move that has to be made. Did you like any props tonight, T?
Not really. I can see a couple. I think I had a couple written down. Yeah, there was Turian Prince for the Nets over 12.5 points. I'm not sure what he's at right now. And TJ Warren over 15.5. But I didn't play either of them. Those were the only 2 props I was looking at.
What about props for the Lakers Nuggets game? Anything catch your eye?
I didn't have anything in that game, prop wise. I didn't really get to go over it either. I could check and see if there's anything I see right now.
Yeah, you did. You have a problem logging in, or you're good now?
I'm good now. It's just I worked last night, so I slept all day. And then just didn't have time.
No, I know you said the site was giving you issues earlier.
Oh, that was just FanDuel being a piece of shit.
Grizzlies up 10 right now on Portland. Did you bet the Grizz spread?
I bet them pregame, but we didn't give it out because we wanted to get a better spot, and and it never materialized.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those nights. Like it just, I'm kind of frustrated.
Dallas up 11.
Yeah, not a surprise. Kings are terrible.
Looks like Toronto's streak comes to an end tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, at least I didn't bet that game, right? But that was a pregame read that I got wrong. Remember, I thought that we'd get Toronto. I was like, oh, we'll wait and get Toronto at a better number. But then you watch the game, and they just were all out of sorts. Maybe had a good night in Brooklyn last night in New York, celebrating their win streak, and Brooklyn caught them at the right time. So glad we didn't lose any money on that one, but not happy that my read was wrong. I thought that they might be a little more focused on this game than they were.
David Anthony says Reyes didn't do enough. I watched it back. I thought he won the first, second, and third round. I thought Jones won 4 and 5. I think the swing round was 3, where I guess you can argue for Jones that he took the third round. So some people might have gave Reyes 1 and 2 and Jones 3, 4, and 5. But I had money on Jones, and I thought that Reyes won he did enough in 1, 2, and 3 to win those rounds.
Now, I don't really know how the point system works, but I remember that Max Holloway fight when he lost his title, and that dude was just leg kicking him the whole time. they kept saying something about that guy was advancing the fight, like he was moving towards Max the whole fight.
Well, and they gave him points.
Big John was doing that all night.
Yeah,
and Reyes was backing up and bobbing left and right.
Other than the first round, which he was the first guy to ever knock Jones down. They called it slip, but that's bullshit. He knocked him down. Yeah. And he had Jones running in the first round, but from the second round on, Jones controlled the octagon the entire fight, 100%.
Yeah, it just seemed like he was doing all the advancing, and they were probably basing that into the numbers. Plus, you figure to become the champ, you have to beat him. You're not going to beat him on the scorecards.
Yeah, and then like Dave and I were talking about, if that's just a normal fight and John Jones isn't
the champion, he loses.
A 14-time defending champ.
Yep.
Then he loses that fight.
Yep.
But I guess you really have to take the belt away. But I just hate that. Like if you would have scored that a win, if they were two contenders in the light heavyweight division, then you got to score that a win if you're the champ. You know, that's the only thing that I don't like. I'm looking forward to the main event this weekend. Should be good. Co-main event, Diego Sanchez is still in the UFC, bro.
Did you see the guy that they put as the backup plan for the Izzy fight?
No.
Jared Cornier or something like that?
Jared Cannonier. Yeah, he's good.
Step in if one of them gets hurt.
Yeah, I like him. He's good. He's a good fighter. Diego Sanchez fought for the middleweight title in 2005. How about that, bro?
I was like 9 years old.
That was 15 years ago.
So, Spread, you got a guy in the 3-point contest or the dunk contest yet?
No, I'm probably not gonna. I mean, do you really think that you can bet that with an edge, or are you just throwing darts there?
Partial throwing darts if you can find, because last year I found the percentages they were showing of guys standing spot up threes, and you figure none of these guys are shooting off that shot off the dribble, and I think Joe Harris was shooting like 30% better than everybody from just standing there shooting threes, and he ended up winning last year. So I think if you could find a stat like that, you might have something, but other than that, it's just taking a shot.
Do we use sports betting sites or do you use your own stuff? Well, I mean, I make my own lines in football. Anthony makes his own lines in baseball. Max makes his own lines in college basketball. And Spread and Tyler make their own lines in the NBA. So we have everybody that makes their own lines in each sport. And in MMA, I don't make my own lines, but I know by looking at a line that the bookmakers have set whether or not it's right or it's wrong, just from the thousands of hours of fight tape that I watched in my life. NASCAR, I use the numbers. I need to see the final practice speeds. I need to see the driver averages. Golf, I'll check out stats too. Well, I use like about 50 data points in the NFL to make my lines. How many data points do you use in the NBA, Spread?
7.
7?
I have a very simple model. Yeah, my model's very simple.
I'm not sure what Max does, and I'd have to ask Anthony too. Washington just opened it up, T.
Oh, I like that. Hopefully the Knicks can soil this one and actually win me a bet instead of screwing me like they always do.
What have you stayed away from the Utah props that we were averaging?
Yeah, I haven't touched them since that last debacle we had where he had 3 assists in the first half and we couldn't get one more out of him. I haven't bet Ingles either.
Neither have I.
I'm eyeing up Charlotte right now. They're plus 6.5, down 7, and plus 330 on the money line. I think we might have something there.
Who did you think would win this Phoenix game going in?
Phoenix. Golden State really doesn't have anybody now that they pretty much dumped half their starting lineup. Or a little bit, no more than over half, you figure they dumped Burks, Robinson, and Russell. That's our 1, 2, and 3 that we're starting. The only 2 guys left in the starting lineup are Draymond in the center.
Yeah. Spread, you're not very talkative today, bro.
Yeah, no, it's a tough night, and I'm pissed about giving out of shitty play, and I'm pissed at the plays that I did like pregame. Yeah, I know. It's just frustrating, right? Because I was thinking, should I give out Memphis or should I give out Milwaukee? Because they were both personal plays, and I gave out the wrong one, and it's just pissing me off. Did you answer the question from Jump Shot Jordan about John Dodson this weekend?
I have not watched the tape yet. Jump shot on his opponent. Actually, I don't even know. Let me check. I don't even know who his opponent is yet. Oh, Nathaniel Wood. Yeah, I would want to watch some more tape on Wood before I can give you an answer. But I will say, like, at a quick glance, I really don't like the card. I think, listen, I like Corey Anderson a lot, okay? And I think that he has the most cemented path to victory in the fight. But there is no fucking way I'm laying $2.30 on a guy that has a jaw that breakable. I can't do it. Not against somebody as fundamentally sound in the striking game as Blachowicz. I can't do it. I think either one of those guys has a path to victory. And that's why, even though I lean Corey Anderson, my gut instinct is that he wins the fight. But in the article, I had to take Jan. I had to. Because at plus 186, it's a fucking no-brainer to me, man. But yeah, this card doesn't get me that excited. I'm excited for the main event. I think it'll be good. But other than that, eesh, oof. Anderson minus 220, hedge with Jan KO prop plus 445. Yeah, that's not a bad look. That's not terrible. Because how many times have we seen Corey Anderson up 2 rounds to none and then just get fucking starched because, like, he gets lulled. He has these brain farts. And, like, the Oven St. Preux head kick in the third. What the fuck is that? You can't let that happen when you're up 2 rounds to none. He does that a lot, man. And if he leaves that opening up for Blakovic, he's in trouble. Dylan, I took a shot at the plus money, man. I mean, we're up 152 units. So if it takes 2 units away, we'll live. But how many times are we going to see a 45-7 team plus 400 or 500? You know what I mean? That's just a value grab. But I see your point, though. So looking at these props in the Lakers-Nuggets game, T, anything catch your eye?
Not really. Not on the Lakers side, at least. And, I mean, on the Denver side, I think the only thing you could really play is Jamal Murray's points. The Lakers are giving up 27.7 points to opposing point guards over the past 2 weeks. His point total is probably set around 18.5.
Oh, he's back in the lineup, huh?
Yeah. But like Spread was saying, teams are going to coast into this All-Star break. And if I had to guess one team that's going to coast into it, it's going to be LeBron's. So I really don't want to touch this game. I don't know what you're getting out of either team.
Jokic looks like he's finally I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Back to what he was last year?
Yeah, like engaged. He didn't really look engaged in the beginning of the season, right? Just kind of looked like he was going through the motions. Didn't look like that guy we saw all year last year.
Then he got to beat up on Rudy a couple times in Utah, and he just
lately yeah, exactly. That's the exact word I would use. It looks like he's got his mojo back, 100%. Like, if this Lakers squad from this year was playing that Denver Nuggets team last year, you'd be on the Nuggets here, wouldn't you? You think they're better this year than they were last year?
The Nuggets?
Yeah.
I think they're worse. But I also don't think they were that good last year.
Why? Why do you think they're worse?
I mean, they're missing a couple
Why
of
do you
things.
think they're worse, Tyler?
I just don't think they should have took an extra step forward from last year, and they didn't.
All right, I'll give you that.
You think they regressed?
I think they regressed a tiny bit. They were supposed to be. A lot of people were picking them as the dark horse to come out of the West this year, and they're in a chance.
Not even with a healthy Jamal Murray, back into once he gets back into the swing.
No, there ain't nobody on Denver that could. If the moment Denver runs into one of the Los Angeles teams, who's checking LeBron, Kawhi, or Paul George? Not Jamal Murray, not Gary Harris, not Will Barton.
That's true.
Michael Porter played 20-minute game with his back.
Donnie Rightside on the Nevada team total over 76. That's good to know.
Washington's almost got this up at 20.
Yeah. What else is going on, T? Anything new?
Not really. Just waiting for this All-Star break to get over so we can get back to normal NBA.
Do we have odds yet for the 3-point contest and the dunk contest?
I'm pretty sure I can see if I can pull them up. FanDuel doesn't have anything yet.
No. Did that Nevada game start already? It must have started. Villanova kicking the shit out of Marquette right now.
Spread, you said you like the Grizzlies pregame?
Yeah, and I bet it personal, and I didn't give it out on the show because I said we get a better number, and they're minus 10.5 right now.
Yeah, I was saying, because I was looking at maybe the other side right now. I mean, do you really think Portland loses this game by double digits?
I mean, they might. Yeah, I remember they're tired. They played that tough game against New Orleans last night while the Grizzlies rested. Grizzlies are a young team, so they don't have a lot of incentive to pull their starters like maybe some of the older teams do. Obviously, you know, a Dame explosion is good here or there, but and this is where it's rough. On a normal night, I would say I actually do think they'd lose by double digits because I would say that Stotts would pull Lillard, you know, if it stays like this with 4 to 5 minutes to go in the game, you know, because why would he rest his, you know, run his best player into the ground in a game they're probably not going to win?
Yep.
Now with the All-Star break coming up, will he do that? You know, it's tough to tell. Each coach is different, and I don't really have a data set because obviously this would be, you know, really tough to pinpoint whether or not coaches pull their best players before the All-Star break when they're down by 10. You know, it'd be I don't know if, you know, you can find applicable data even if you did go back and look a couple of years. Yeah. So yeah, but overall it's funny. It looks like a pretty square night here in the NBA. Pacers were a favorite. They're going to win. Nets were a dog, so that's one underdog that won. Wizards were a dog that won.
They lost.
Yeah, they didn't win though, did they?
Yeah, they lost.
Timberwolves look like they're going to cover the spread. Grizzlies will probably cover the spread. Mavericks will probably cover the spread, and Phoenix is right around that number right now.
We can get Louisville plus 125 down 3 with 6 minutes to go, playing Georgia Tech, who's 11-13.
I haven't watched any of the game. You have to
had it on.
Oh, you've had it on? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Louisville's 1 for 16 from 3. They make a couple more of them. I mean, we're in the lead.
They're what? 1
for 12 from 3.
Jesus.
But they're only down 3 with 7 minutes to go. The 5th ranked team in the country playing a team who's 11-13. I think we got to jump on that.
I think we're going to cash Bradley.
If Max is still in the chat, let me know what you think about Louisville's money line right now.
Yeah, I thought he said 1 for 16 too.
1 for 12. I mean, 1 for 12, 1 for 16. I mean, that's still terrible.
Fair enough. That is fair enough.
If you think about it, at the rate they're making them, they'll get the 1 for 16. Hornets cut that to a 6-point game.
Yeah, they're plus 240 on the money line, down 5. How much time's left in that game, T?
In the Hornets game or the Louisville game?
Louisville.
6 minutes.
We got to get spread like an 8-ball or something. Get that energy level up.
Yeah, no,
He's like how I was the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show, Jay.
All right, brother.
Heater up 4. Did you end up getting on them, Jay, or no?
No, I didn't bet anything in that Heat Jazz game because I think spread had said that the numbers favored the Heat, but he kind of wasn't feeling his number. Is that what you said, spread?
Well, yeah, just the spot, it was the end of the long road trip. They went to LA, then they came to Sacramento, then they went to Portland, then they went back to Golden State. Now they're in Utah. So I was just a little worried about some fatigue, playing in the altitude of Utah. And that still might come into play here, with only 3:34 left in the second quarter.
Did you bet them, Tyler?
I took the Heat plus 225. They're probably minus money right now.
Oh, you took them live on the money line?
Yeah, they're minus 102 right now, so they're pretty much even money. Up 1. Now they're plus 118.
Son of a bitch, you. Oh, yeah. Plus 118. What were they pregame? Like a 4.5 point dog?
They're like plus 160.
Well, how about this? Do you guys think that this is going to be a game where in the next 2.5 quarters, we will be able to get plus money on both sides of this game? Do you think this is a back and forth game?
Between these two teams, yeah.
That's a good question.
So.
What do you think, Tyler?
Here comes Louisville. Down 1. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
Come on. Yeah, here they come, bro. God damn it, Tyler.
I said we should get on it. They're shooting threes, and now they're going in.
Yeah, huh? Man, I'm tempted to get. I could still get plus money on them too. What was the pregame line on this game? Does anybody know?
For Louisville?
Yeah.
Here, I could look real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Me either. Let me take a look on SBR. Six.
That's what the chat's saying too right now, -6. And you figure if you take Louisville now at the plus money and they take this lead, you can instantly turn around and take Georgia Tech because that number is going to skyrocket the moment they go down. And then no matter what happens in the game, you should be fine.
Yeah, the problem is yeah, you can get them plus $2 right now. The book says there's what is there 5 minutes left? Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. 4 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh man, the only thing that sucks is you hate to try to get both sides of plus money when you're talking about 5 minutes left in a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it doesn't go your way in the next 5 minutes, you are fucked.
The Hornets cut this all the way to 2.
What do you think about that game? You can get the Hornets right now plus 240. Aren't both these teams though awful?
They're both awful. But with Minnesota missing Cat, I mean, this game is basically all guard play between both teams. You figure Minnesota.
Have you had it on? How does Russell look?
I haven't had it on. I've just been watching the score.
And now this is actually a number that we talked about pregame at being at -4.5. But I kind of wrote it off. I have the Grizzlies and the Blazers on one TV, fun game, and then I have the Jazz and the Heat on the other. So I'll switch over to the Timberwolves right now. But have you been watching how they've looked?
1 point game right now. They just went down and hit a 3. I'll turn it on now. I haven't really been watching it either.
A 1 point game that you can get plus 290 on.
I think we take that.
Really,
shot.
I'm seeing plus 145. So yeah, if you have plus 290, get it. Right now, Bovada's giving me plus 145 on the Hornets, and I can get the Timberwolves at minus 2.5.
It just changed spread. God.
Yeah. I actually would look to go the other way here. I think we're right at the end of a Hornets run. Flipping the channel, I see they just went on a 13-2 run, and I'm thinking that the Wolves will probably make their little run right now. And I see it's already back down to minus 4.5. So my little chance to get minus 2.5 might have passed me by here.
Dave's asking about the Lakers game. I don't really have a look in that Lakers game. Both of these teams could just coast into that All-Star break. I'm not sure what you're going to get out of LeBron, AD, Jokic. Figure those guys, they got to worry about the weekend that they're going to have. They're not worried about this last game.
Dylan says Timberwolves are a new team right now, though. I don't think Charlotte wins. Are the Timberwolves? Are they a new team to you guys?
Well, they definitely are excited about getting D'Angelo Russell, because rather than selling off, like most losing teams do, they actually went out and acquired a star, and gave up a draft pick, which signals to the team that they're trying to win now. Not to mention the addition of Beasley and Hernan Gomez, right? I mean, these are guys that were languishing on Denver's bench, but now they have a chance, And I think Beasley's pretty good, right? I mean, we talk about Denver being one of the deepest teams in the league.
That rotation of guards in Denver. Hornets are up to a 2-point lead.
So what's the line now? I might just try and hit Minnesota here.
Minus 138 on the money line. Minus 110, actually. Minus 110 on the money line, down 2.
Yeah, I kind of like Minnesota there.
Man, the Jazz are even money. Miami Heat are minus 120 on the money line. Jazz are even money. I would love to press the button on one of these teams.
Jazz closed at minus 4.5, so it seems right. If they're down by 7, it would be about even. I'm seeing a plus 115 for Utah right now, but that seems about right with them down by 7 on a closing line of minus 4.5.
Who's a better team to you guys?
Between
Heat and the Jazz.
That's actually a good question. Would you say
That's
Miami?
A really good question. I'd say Heat.
Yeah. It's tough because Miami has a better record, probably, right? I mean, I don't know if off the top of my head.
I think they're dead on.
They also play in the easier Eastern Conference.
I could check.
I'll look up.
The Heat are 35-18.
I think Utah's hanging right around there the same.
Yeah, the Jazz are 35-18. They have identical records.
Yeah.
I mean, you figure both
they're actually pretty close.
They play very good defense. I think where you get down to where you can just pick apart both these teams is the best player on both rosters. Do you want a team led by Mitchell or you want a team led by Jimmy Butler? And I'm taking Jimmy Butler.
Where would you go there? Are you? I think Mitchell's more talented. He's just not as far along in his development.
I want a guy that's going to go in there and dig deep and do whatever he's got to do to get that win. I don't see that in Mitchell.
Yeah.
To where,
and you know what's funny about the Heat? We talk about, we were talking earlier about redoing my lines for the All-Star break because I definitely want to use this. I mean, it's a small data set, but we at least know who the new teams are. Iguodala, I thought with the time off, would not necessarily make an impact right away. But if you watch him out there, even if it's not like a lot of box scores, he's out there defending, making impacts in passing lanes. So I think I kind of I was a little down on Iguodala being able to help right away, and he looks like he's been a really good.
Crowder's going to be another piece for them. I'm going to really like.
Yeah.
He's just going to be a 3-and-D wingman for them.
Oh, Bradley won. Put that on the board.
There you go.
All right, there we go.
We'll take that.
Come on, Louisville.
Now they're both 5-5 too in their last 10 games, but Utah's 19-5 at home this year, and Miami is like 13-15 on the road.
Right. But the only thing you have to be careful that is Miami they were actually talking about how they were bad on the road and attempting to improve that.
Yeah.
And it really looks like that they are trying harder, whereas I think they were mailing in at the beginning of the year. So that's why I don't trust some of my road numbers on Miami, because I think the early season where they weren't trying kind of skewed them.
Tie game in Louisville. Oh, wow, never mind. That should have been goaltending, and they didn't call it.
Max, are you in the chat right now?
So, Spread, how about that Portland game the other night with the clear goaltending that was right on the backboard, and then he slammed it off the backboard again, and no call?
It was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. And it's weird that they put in, and the NFL's having this problem too. They put in all these new review rules, and they stopped, the game for a fan from all these, all these reviews that we don't really care about. But then they don't have in the rule book to actually do something like that really affected the game. That was so blatantly missed, And it sucks for me just because I like Portland a lot, just as like a fan. I think Damian Lillard is the most underrated player in the league because half the guys on the East Coast go to bed before he plays. And so they just don't give him the credit he deserves. And then, stuff like that happens, and it's even harder for him as he's carrying basically the broken Portland team and one of the worst rosters. And, I mean, if you took him off, right, this would be a lottery team for sure. Wouldn't it just be Wizards East with CJ McCollum looking like Bradley Beal?
Oh, yeah. Dead on. That's a dead on description of what that team looks like. Wow.
Yeah.
We're basically 2-3 tonight, down about a half unit.
Yeah.
I forgot that you were already on the Bucks plus 1.5. I shouldn't have doubled up with that.
So we doubled up. Oh, well.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the total in the Warriors game right now? It's set at 219.5. They're at 108 going into the third quarter.
The Suns Warriors, you mean?
Yeah. I said Wizards at first. My bad.
Yeah, no, that threw me off. I was like, a Wizards Warriors game would be high scoring.
We figure.
Honestly, I haven't been watching that game.
I think the Warriors. I mean, I don't see them putting up over like 105, and I think it all depends on Phoenix here and how much they want to put their foot on their throat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was actually surprised that the pace has been this low. The Phoenix doesn't have any big men right now. They're kind of running like Houston, although it's not on purpose.
Uh-huh.
I think they have Kaminsky, Baines, and Ayton all out. So I thought we'd see a quicker pace from them, but and I haven't been watching, but just from looking at the score, it doesn't appear to be that way.
I'm going to try to get plus money on both sides of this Heat game in the second half. Utah and the Lakers and the Nuggets just started. What was Jokic's points probably high tonight, right?
We're in the 20s. I didn't get to look at it.
It might even be a night to go under. Do you think that? I think that he might end up passing a lot, right?
That's what I was thinking too.
Because the Lakers do actually have probably the best, nice little rotation of bigs to throw out in between Davis, McGee, and Howard. all pretty good in post defense, but at the same time, he'll draw attention and be able to find the open man. So it would be curious to see if he does go over that.
They have that Warriors team total set at 104.5. The under's even money. I might have to take a shot there.
Hey, before you do that, pull up their stats. What are they been shooting? Is the pace high?
Let me see.
Like, are they just like missing a lot of shots, or are they playing slowly? If they're playing slowly, I would definitely take that. If it just looks like they're missing a lot of shots, I might lay off.
Golden State shooting 54% from the field. Phoenix 46. Golden State 27% from 3. Phoenix 37%. It's looking like Phoenix is taking 50 shots to Golden State's 37. I mean,
oh wow, really? So
yeah,
kind of turnovers for Golden
slow.
State there, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, I like your look there. Then I just wanted to make sure that it just wasn't a game that they were playing fast and not making shots, because you know how that can turn around on the totals. It's almost like pace is more important on totals than the actual shooting percentages.
I think this Laker mindset too is all about business. Like, can you see LeBron taking it easy in a nationally televised game just because the All-Star break is tomorrow?
Yes.
Not for the full game, Jay, but I can see him coasting early. And
Jay, I am
just kind of picking his spots.
State team total under 104.5. Even money.
Want me to make it official?
Yeah. Since I couldn't get the Hornets money line or the Heat money line on the board, I'll get that one up there.
What is it now?
Warriors team total under 104.5.
At what price?
Even money.
Under 104.5. All right, boom. I like it.
Martin Riggs says Jokic's points were set at 22.5. Louisville's going to lose this game, it looks like. They can't make another 3. They're down.
Robert Allen says halftime line for Utah-Miami is Utah -4. Do you like that spread? Do you think Utah wins? Well, they're down, what, 5?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't have a good feel for that game. I had it on earlier. Miami looked like the better team, and it looked like it justified my numbers. But then again, these fatigue spots usually kick in the second half. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to jump in the waters on that game.
Portland cut.
Usually we start at 7 o'clock Eastern, Troy. Did they?
Yeah.
Dang it, I got to start paying attention to this. Oh, wait, I have -3.5. I should be good. 10-3 scoring run, it looks like. Then John Morant just went and got a nice little bucket there. That was a little too easy. It's weird. Sometimes Whiteside gets these awesome highlight blocks, and then sometimes
he just stands there like he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's like he's there, but he's not even there. Yeah, it's like Morant drove right at him, and he, like, didn't even affect the shot at all.
We are normally on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we're usually off Tuesday and Wednesday. But the All-Star break is screwing things up this week. So we will be on we were on Monday, we're on today, we'll be on tomorrow and Saturday. we'll have Friday and Sunday off this week. And then next week we should be back to normal. With the Thursday through Monday slate. Thanks, Rob. Still not sure yet, man. Still not sure.
Fred, how do you feel about the total in that Charlotte game? It's at 218.5. They're at 194 with 5 minutes.
In which game?
The Charlotte game. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. They're at, or never mind, Hornets just scored, so now it's 197. The total's up to 220.5 now. I just see both teams missing a lot of shots.
It got taken off the board for me. Bovada usually takes these games off the board. Oh wait, no, it's back on. I'm at 221 right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing 199. I would lean under, but if these teams keep shooting threes and a couple more go in, I mean, you're kind of screwed. And if it goes to overtime, you're really screwed.
Yeah.
This is just back and forth. One team's up one, the other team's up one. The Nuggets are up 4 right now.
The Nuggets and Lakers should be a game where we can get both sides at plus money too, don't you think?
I'm thinking. I was trying to see what I can get at the Lakers first quarter right now, how many points we can get them. Because they're down 4. If we can get like plus 4.5, I think we might have something there.
I don't, dear Slayer, but Al Mack will be on for that Wilder Fury fight. He'll have a shit ton of bets on that, I'm sure.
Primetime DJs, that was the Warriors team total under 104.5 that we bet. Yeah, right now the Lakers are plus 3.5 in the first quarter, and you can get them plus 112 to win the first half.
Yeah, Nuggets are plus 122. If I can get plus 150 on them, I think I'm going to take it and hope that we can get plus 150 on the Lakers at some point in the next 3.5 quarters. So who were buyers during the trade deadline? You said Minnesota got Russell. Were there any other big moves?
I mean, nothing that was like championship contender move that would like put a team over the top.
You don't think so? I think there was some pretty big moves as far as the Rockets getting Covington and trading Capella basically signaled that they're going all in on this small ball.
And what about?
So I think that'll be interesting.
Morris got to the Clippers. That's big,
That's
right?
Yeah,
that's one of the
and that's
that
a big
move
one too.
and the Memphis and Miami move are the only two moves I think like
But
that
boy,
really
he got punked in Philly last night. Did you watch that, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, you know how they get
That
the
team looks
shoving match.
small.
Who, the Clippers?
They look small. Yeah, they look small against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but I mean, Philly's one of the bigger teams in the league, and we all know how they play at home. They actually show up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was like, because I was thinking that was going to make them a little tougher and a little like stronger inside with the size, and it didn't really look to have helped the issue last night. And the other thing I don't like about him, he's a kind of a ball stopper on offense. So I really like that move at the trade deadline. Watching it in play so far, I don't know how much it helps. Do you think it helps long term? And I'm just kind of overreacting to one bad game.
I think it'll help him come playoff time. I mean, he's a hell of a player, especially if they bring him off the bench and let him run that second unit.
Yeah,
like
well, they're
Lou
starting
Williams.
him right now. No, they put him in the starting lineup for who was it? The Patterson that was starting for him.
Or they
power forward.
He probably took Harkless's spot when Harkless got traded because wasn't Harkless one of their starters?
Man, LeBron is flying around that court to start this game.
Oh, wow. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me in my ass.
What?
The Timberwolves were going to miss that three-pointer, and the Hornets guy decided he was going to tip it back into the wrong hoop. So it just gave him a free 2 points.
I think I missed the boat here on this Timberwolves play too. They're down by 2. I thought they were going to put this team away.
Bridges is the under.
And you're right there. Charlotte is a young team there, and they didn't give up.
Yeah, they're going to leave them guys on the floor like Devontae Graham, Bridges, Washington. They're not going to yank them guys. They have nothing to look forward to this weekend. I'm not even sure if those guys are really playing in that rising star game.
Shout out from the Philippines, T. How about that?
Like that.
Wow, the Hornets are minus 440 right now.
They're up 4 right now. 2 minutes to go.
Should the T-Wolves be plus 310?
Yeah, probably. They're looking pretty bad right now. They just got 3 shots blocked in a row and then couldn't get a rebound. God, I missed that one too. Just been off all night.
Georgia
It's one of those nights, you know. Can't be
58.
good every night.
Yeah, you can't win them all.
You can get plus 172 on the Warriors right now. You think we see plus money? Like the longer they stick around in this game. Phoenix, who's only up 1 point right now. If the Warriors can get a 5 or 6 point lead, could see plus money on Phoenix.
Yeah. It's just we got to hope the Warriors can get out to a lead.
Yeah, that definitely
That's
becomes
the problem there. Seven-point game in Minnesota. I should have gave that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And I jumped in on the wrong side. Even though I didn't give it out, I jumped in on the T-Wolves when that game was close, about 4 to 5 minutes ago, and completely missed the boat there. So glad to have you on, Tyler. It's good to have someone point us in the right direction.
Hey, you had to save me all last week, so.
Yeah, I know. That's how this goes here, right? You can't be on every single night, you know, just like some of these players, you know. Like Dame Lillard dropped 60 one night, then 24 the next.
Steve Zhang says, who's taller, Donnie Rightside or Maxwell Smart? Donnie Rightside is about minus 1,000. in that prop.
Heat are up 2 or up 4 now. I'm seeing.
Max says Zhang has coronavirus. Fuck you, Max. In the chat, not on the goddamn show. When am I gonna save the day? UFC, NASCAR, golf, football.
How'd that NASCAR race go Sunday? I didn't really get to pay attention to it. Wasn't there like a big wreck at the end or something?
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
We had it, bro. There was a wreck.
Giant wreck just ended it all. At least we got that out of the way with the first race of the year.
You know you can't, Max. It's not my choosing.
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson was in the top 3. Jimmy's trying to win him another race.
Jimmy Johnson was in the top 3. Bro, I think like 5 cars finished the race.
Yeah, I seen that. I was looking through the standings. It got down to like the 7th spot. It's like did not finish. I was like, did they just call the race after like the first 5 cars past the finish line, or was there just a giant accident? And then I seen
there was like 9 laps to go, and we were sitting 2nd and 3rd. Got a huge run. We're about to take the lead. Joey Logano cuts us off like a cunt.
It just wrecks everyone.
Causes one of our cars to crash into the other car we had, and then they took out half the field.
Who was it last year that was doing that to us? It wasn't Logano.
It was, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't remember who was the aggressive driver at the end of the year that kept causing accidents.
He's an asshole, bro. He's good, but he's an asshole. And they're there Sunday because they were at the Daytona track. But this Sunday is the Daytona 500 where the season finally kicks off.
Yeah, Max is like, it was Logano.
Yep. He's right.
So how do you guys feel about Myles Garrett getting reinstated? I think it took too long.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he finally got reinstated. I think he should have been reinstated a while ago. I mean, yeah, he did hit a guy over the head with a helmet, but, I mean, it happens. It's not like the football player he hits any good.
That's true. Why isn't he? Well, I don't know why Max is not on the show, Martin. I don't know. I guess he's not a fan anymore. The Nuggets are up 6. The Lakers are, they're actually up 8. The Lakers are only plus 116. Man. Yeah, well, Warriors are down 8.
So they had their little spurt, and now they're going back down.
I don't really see anything.
Looks like the Hornets are going to take this home.
Yeah. What did you get on that? What plus price?
I got, let me pull it back up. Plus 200.
Nice.
And then if the Heat can take it home, I got plus 225 on them. So spread, looking at tomorrow's 2 games, since we only have 2 of them. Clippers are underdogs, and Oklahoma City's the underdog going to New Orleans. How do you feel about
that? What's the number?
+2 and +110 on the money line for OKC. And then for the Clippers in Boston, they are +1.5, +102 on the money line.
Do you like Boston there? Clippers look pretty shitty last night, but it's a big team. Boston's a small team, so could be completely different. I kind of like the Pelicans there. That number seems wrong to me.
You don't think OKC?
They're playing well right now
after losing to the Spurs? You don't
think
haven't
they been off a loss for a little while? They've been playing pretty shitty for a while. They were off a loss going into the Spurs game.
They might be on a little,
and they still look like shit. Yeah. I like the Pelicans in the first game. Not sure about. In the second game, not really sure about the Clippers Celtics. That one's tough to read.
Yeah.
Are the Clippers tired and they don't care?
Maybe,
or was that just that the Sixers match up so well? Because I don't have the totals up yet. Sixers. You don't really learn a lot from watching their games because it's so hard to see when they're going to try or not. You know,
you're going to get. I think I stayed off that under in the Charlotte game because that ended up going over. They're still fouling down 5.
Yeah, I turned that game off, chalked up with the other L. Now I'm 1-2 on the night.
The Jazz tied up that game in Utah, 65-65.
Yeah, I got that one on.
Miami, Utah tied at 65. You can't get decent plus money, though, on each side yet. You can get plus 126 on the Heat.
Denver goes into halftime up 8. Or not halftime, end of the first quarter.
Yeah, plus 126 on the Lakers. Still not enough.
Maybe a first half. Let me see. They're plus 300 to win the first half. Or you could take them like plus 3.5 at plus 135. Max said Oliver just pissed on the carpet. That's not good.
Houston's up 10 right now against South Florida.
Okay, you're looking at college basketball.
Yeah. Man, I don't
Damian Lillard's out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, the game's over, but he's got to have an MRI. He got hurt right towards the end of the game.
Wow.
They left him in there too long.
Yeah, remember I was talking about that?
With him not in the game, what is that like? If he has to get an MRI and he's out, what does that mean for that team?
Well, they got a week off, so I mean,
good thing is they have a week until they actually are scheduled again.
The only thing that's probably going to happen here,
probably out of the All-Star game though.
The only thing
probably
that's
out of that 3-point contest
Devin
too.
Booker's going to replace him in the All-Star game and the 3-point contest if he's not already in it.
But I mean,
and that's not bad. He deserves it, right?
Yeah.
If anything is like MRI wrong, he'll be out for probably way more than a week, right?
Well, it's a strained hamstring, so
maybe a week, 2 weeks at the most.
Strained groin. Those are tough to see. It could be a while. It could be real quick.
I mean, that could be bad.
Are they a fade?
Well, that's what happens
with him.
If he's out. Oh yeah, I think he's probably just worth some of the most points in the league. You know, just because we talk about replacement. Like Anthony Simmons comes in, who's like
he's younger than me.
Below average NBA player. Yeah, he has a negative net rating as a player.
He's like 20.
You're taking out one of the top 10 players in the league and replacing him with a net negative, and they're already struggling with injuries, struggling with depth to begin with. And that's probably how he got hurt trying to carry this damn team. And that's going to be real rough for Portland if they end up missing him.
Pitt's down 10 to Clemson right now. There's only 100 points scored in that game. 5 minutes to go in the second half. Talk about a low-scoring game.
Lakers were 10 for 25.
Yeah, so they'll probably improve. Don't expect to see that poor shooting all game. Denver's not that good defensively. They're just missing shots.
Seven-point game right now. Miami Heat are hanging tough. They're up 2.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it a night. Are there any bets that you guys want to make before we go?
The only thing I was looking at right now is the Lakers on an alternate spread in the first half. But I mean, Denver's looking like they're coming out strong. I really don't want to take a plus, say 4.5 at plus 120, and then just get blown out the water in the first half. So I think I'm done for the night. What about you, spread?
Yeah, I'm not going to play any of these games. Kind of pissed that like all my pregame reads that I didn't play aren't aren't there. I was like the Nuggets +3. Now they're -180. So just one of those nights, though. Unfortunately, the NBA is a long season, and this is a nice time coming up. This week sucks to bet. This whole time, in between the trade deadline sucks. The up into the All-Star break sucks, but then afterwards, it's going to be awesome because you have the tank season, so you can fade the tanking teams. And, also with the playoff race a little more clearly defined, it'll be a lot easier for us to cap motivation.
Yep. March is my favorite month of the NBA.
I'm going to be looking to see if I can get plus money in the Nevada UNLV game, the Lakers Nuggets game, and the Heat Jazz game. Other than that, I don't really have anything. Like Miami Heat right now are tied at 69, and you could finally get them at plus 150, right? They're down 1, and you can get them at plus 150. You don't think in the next quarter and a half that they'll have a 3-point lead or a 4-point lead where you can get?
No, I think that's it. I definitely think that. I think they will. I think that they'll make a little push here. Now, whether or not they win, I'm not sure, but I actually do like that idea. So I'm going to jump in with you right now.
Yeah, they're down 1.
Miami, and we'll try and come back.
Yeah. Oh, actually, they're down 4, but you can get them at plus 240.
Yeah, I got plus 190, but yeah, I'll try and get it, and then hopefully it just comes back and. That'll be a nice little one.
Yeah, those are the 3 games that I'm going to try to do it with: the Lakers, Nuggets, the Heat, Jazz, and the Nevada UNLV game. Other than that, I've got nothing. So we'll call it a night. We will see you guys tomorrow night like normal, and then we're off Friday. We're back for the UFC on Saturday, and then we're off Sunday. So you guys will have to get through the majority of the weekend without us, but you guys are good. You know what you're doing. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out back after this.